Mhm.
Welcome back, everyone, to World of Darkness Hunter Ties in Blood. We are on session 23. Today is a very interesting session, to say the least. Pure personal character action, some downtime, but it can go south very, very quick depending on what foolhardy things we decide to do today. So, I would like to make a few things clear. Going forward, these side sessions, we may call them side sessions. That doesn't mean they're side stories. I want to say these are all part of case 3. That means that when danger approaches, it will come with the difficulty of case 3. And from this point onward, it's no holds barred. We are going to um, use every means possible to try and crush you. So, no more safety nets. I hope you're all prepared. More than ever, your individual performances are going to count heavy towards the future. So I wish you all a great deal of fortune, and let's see some good role playing today. Salter, take the stage.
All right, to recap from last time, it started off with everyone from the group having interacted with the Spirit of Fear and him being sealed away by Marina. Now, after Marina sealed him away, Uncle Paul was revealed to be the vessel he was using. Yes, a vessel. Shocker. Now, he's in a state of, how would we say, insanity? Or we'll say insanity. He's convinced everyone before him is dead. He thinks we're, I believe, revenants. So, in his barely held together mind, which at this point is completely crumbling, he prepares himself to fight us as a means to, how would I say, set us free, is what he believes. So it starts off with our group deciding to attempt to divert our attention a little bit. A few of us would stay behind and fight, and some of us would go and try to get the Swan Maiden, who is currently in the back area, out of the building because everything is on fire. Well, this kind of got 180'd because, well, Uncle Paul threw out a big vow. You know, what was his true name? The God of War? Hold on.
Conquest.
God of Conquest. My bad. Thank you. So yes, he threw out the big card of being the God of Conquest. And from that moment on, we were pulled into, I believe, a plane of the digital web from the Mageverse. Whatever it's called, I cannot recall on the top of my head. Forgive me. Afterwards, we were sent to yet a, I guess you could say, a second chance at the fear trials to resolve our doubts and maybe even like pass our trial. From the get-go, within, I'm still surmising 30 seconds, everyone but Henry had, well, obviously Henry failed in the 30-second marker, everyone else seemingly passed with some difficulty. And then afterwards, we had a talk with Uncle John afterwards, who also reprimanded Uncle Paul for losing his shit. So all of our predecessors, which was my dad, Uncle Hector, Uncle Paul, Maya Redgrave, Aunt Rachel, Uncle Ermis, you know, the family, all essentially surrounded around Uncle Paul and I guess we could say punished him. Which also led to the eventual collapse of the tech realm, we'll call it. After that, Uncle Paul came to his senses and realized that, hey, wait, they're actually alive. The shock on his face, holy. This led to him recalling something from Hugo, him having his emotional moment with his son Tony, finding out about what happened to Vanessa. So with Hugo, he passed his signet to verify that Hugo is now the new family head officially, and he passes on. In our rush to escape, Tony would grab Uncle Paul and we would flee to the RV with the Swan Maiden in tow. And we would get onto the RV and drive to Violet towards our new base. During the RV ride, we had a bit of a talk. Adele asked a question regarding what we were going to do with the painting, since honestly this painting is pretty huge. So during our time, it ended up in a little bit of an argument where people couldn't decide where to put a fucking painting. So we'll just go off on that. Then from there, after a bit of time, we got home and, well, we situated everything, putting Swan Maiden in the basement, stuffing the painting in what we're going to assume is a garage. Safe place, you know? And we would have a family meeting before him. But before that, Eleanor, Carl, and Hugo personally went to go check on the Swan Maiden to verify that she was in no immediate danger. To which we discovered that Carl, due to the various years he had spent in his fear trial, had actually matured to that of a, what was it, a 50-year-old man?
Yeah.
Around that age, yeah.
Yeah, so a 50-year-old man, which is shown because he essentially had stayed in the dark side of the world, where he essentially did a lot of like questionable things as a businessman. So his view on things is a bit more cynical. After a bit of talk and him telling Hugo and Eleanor what had happened, they soon went upstairs, to which Hugo would gather the rest of the family and inform them of the family rules, which he put in place to ensure everyone's safety for the upcoming events. Hopefully they last. Also, we were supposed to use the emergency contact system that he came up with, so we have a number on each of us that can be used to call someone. After that, it was each family member talking about their fear trials. Since there was really nothing else to do except for waiting for Thierry Henry to show up, the family just kept talking about the fear trials, explaining what they thought of them, what they probably symbolized, and how they felt about them, like deep down. After that, Adele would be handed a book by Henry. It was the, we'll just say,
Vanderlyn manuscript.
yeah, the Vanderlyn manuscript. I couldn't remember the word. And to which we would have started to experience the next event, which has been posted, by the way, for the Vanderlyn manuscript, which talks about what everything that happened with in Lindlard and, well, the origins of the Vanderlyn. You should go watch that. Now, after experiencing this vision, this is the story that continues after.
Right?
That's all.
Beautifully done. Let's get into it. All right. Reactions to the vision.
1 second.
Okay.
One of y'all go first. I need to figure out where the hell to put a certain thing.
Lindlord. Shanty of Stasis. Werewolves. That is. A whole lot of it. Wouldn't you say so? So, Henry, how do you feel
Sorry.
about this information?
It's a lot.
Do you understand your heritage now? I knew these Vandalins were trouble, but didn't know to what extent.
Well, at the very least, I'm glad I found the book. You got something out of that house. Well, aside from, yeah.
All right, where do we start? You
Well,
mentioned a lot of things about werewolves and totem spirits and spirit worlds.
Well,
That's
mm, so I guess I'll take the floor, at least on my part, if that's okay.
yeah. Please do. I'm still wrapping my head around
Go ahead.
Same.
the.
Same.
I have to admit, and I thought I went through something fucked up. Well, no.
Yeah.
Mono surpasses.
I don't think we should tell the Vanderlyn about how their patriarch fucked a dog.
That wasn't a dog. That was a wolf. Wolves,
Might bring it
actually.
up to someone.
Look, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to break the.
And
Look. So,
It is pretty embarrassing. Just saying.
yeah.
Sleeping
But I
with
guess
a
this
dog.
whole, I guess this whole spirit world traveling, that makes sense on what Marina did after I helped her, huh?
yeah, and when I grabbed onto her and I felt myself getting pulled through slightly, that connection, I felt that there was something on the other side. My fingertips just barely made it past. It's like touching the
Huh.
film of a bubble. The moment enough pressure was applied, it just popped and I was sent hurtling back. It rejected me, but I'm not sure now. But, So, Spirit World. Might as well. You guys remember how Tony, Eleanor, when you guys asked me
Mhm.
about my eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a mess. The one time I was successful, I suppose, was when you. I gesture towards your stomach, Eleanor. When
Huh?
that thing that Samuel did burrowed into you.
Oh.
We were checking your body because you were collapsed, and I tried to check. It was strange. It was involuntary. I wasn't even able to control it at that point.
I'm aware.
I saw it bundling. No, I mean the vision turned on. It
Oh.
overlaid. It wasn't willing. I was looking at your body, and it just happened. And then these strange red tendrils were inside of you, and I looked at Tony. You say that you see things too, right? Did you? I'm guessing it's
No.
maybe something.
Well, sounds close enough, but no. My
So,
sight just tells me that there's something there. That's all. Doesn't tell me
and
exactly
then
what.
when I tried with Dimitri, the head, after the whole thing, when his head went,
Huh?
as I clutch myself, I shake a little bit. And it's not a fear of myself like before. This is a fear of something entirely unknown. It was like looking at a Salvador Dali painting, but everything quickly deteriorated into just colors and shapes unknown to geometry. I kept falling when I was standing still. My brain couldn't wrap around it, and I swear to you, I felt like my eyes were being plucked out. I'm not used to that kind of thing, but it felt like when you can't ride a bike properly rather than an entirely alien world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we
think so.
understand after entering this world. We have some kind of grasp on that, Henry. So it's
But
safe to say you can see all that.
I guess that maybe now I can try and see better. I haven't tried too much, but as I sort of I sit on I get onto the actual seat of the chair behind me, or the bed, and I do that thing where I sit on like the balls of my feet and I hug my knees. It's a lot, but that I've heard things, whispers, being in the Adelard house. If there is a spirit world, then most certainly. If it's overlaid with us, it's even worse. And we were told about cemetery, and other things. So maybe this spirit world is used by multiple people or maybe if it's referred to differently, because we have Marina's the only person that we've seen travel like that, right? So,
Well,
No. Well,
wouldn't Uncle
what
Paul?
my dad did.
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
That's something. That's a line of thought to try to connect.
But
Perhaps there's something within the spirit world he connected that to, or
yeah,
maybe
but
he figured
was
it
the
out.
method the same? Because it was more like he made something as opposed to Marina. It wasn't travel, guys. The more I think about it, he didn't travel us there. He brought us to it. It was more like he made a hole and we all fell through it, as opposed to
Yeah,
Marina,
but
who just phased through, like pulling a
no,
curtain.
no. Yes, that's true what Uncle Paul did, that he did just kind of pull us into that world. But keep in mind, he also mentioned that he was in some other plane entirely. In
Yeah,
regards to,
I know.
like,
Could have been
what
this
was it
way.
called?
What I'm trying to get on the
Fear.
is me.
Some of the spirit of fear.
Remember, we heard a bit from Dimitri about his family. Well, who he said he was. I mean,
The necromancers.
yeah. What if
That.
What
The
if
underworld. He
supernatural?
had mentioned the underworld.
What if
Is that
supernatural?
connected to the spirit world?
Yeah, that's what I think. It's necromancy, right? I mean,
Well,
we've all seen bad horror movies.
I would
It's probably
assume. I mean, it makes sense.
so. If we think about it this way, and this time, I have a demonstration I actually want to try. As I'm going to walk over. Are there any cabinets with like liquor in here, Mystic?
He's not here.
I got you.
We're just
Can we say that they're?
He said yeah.
Sure.
He said yeah.
I'm going to grab some bottles. So I'm going to try this. Because I'm going to place down one bottle in the middle of the room. So let's say this is our plane of fleshy physical bodiness, right?
Uh-huh.
So if we take this one, and I'm going, and with that, he's going to take another bottle. He's going to put it right out, like a bit further than the one in the middle. We'll say that this is the spirit world. And if there's realms and other things, it's like they're, and then with that, he's going to take just a small like shot glass and put it between the two bottles. So it's like it's stacked on top of each other, like maybe like a divide, or maybe it's something like an ocean with a ton of small islands. And just an idea here, but
Islands.
if we think,
Where did you come up with
Yeah.
island?
you said
Hmm.
realm, the best thing I can think of is if there's something separating the worlds and so, like, you know, the spirit in this world, and there's realms or something, or like,
You're losing me again.
I'm just saying maybe the divide between these two things, right?
You're.
Can be navigated. There must be something else out there, right? I mean, if that world
there
exists,
is. Henry, I think you need to calm a little bit. Right now, that seems way far out the grand scope of what we can see and what we know.
You
Yeah,
don't
I'm
have
just,
enough
yeah.
patience. Put a
I'm
basic.
just gonna
mean-
say, what?
How should I say
Maybe-
this?
I'm trying to get to this. One second.
Okay.
I'm trying to say, and I'm sorry for the crazy explanation. I'm just trying to put this together in my own head. What if there are certain parts of the spirit world that other people can only interact with, right? Because like, if those necromancer people could do the crap that like had that kind of travel that Paul or Marina did, we would be doomed, right? So maybe there's a limited scope that each of them have, right?
Well,
Good guess you could.
it's
that conclusion.
possible. I mean, how do you say this?
Underworld, realms. Are they two separate things or?
Maybe they're connected.
Maybe it
I mean, there has to be
correlates
connected.
to the spirits
And what
themselves.
would
I
you say the
mean,
domain of the spirit of fear was? It's yet sent to a different plane of
Yeah.
existence. Is that considered a realm?
I mean, maybe, but it was like a domain, right? That was different. That's him like changing something. He changed the
Well-
very air, the very vibe.
Well, things could be.
hold on. We do have some bits that we've gathered from the little Orsini little bit that he was talking about with his documents.
Yeah.
I mean, he mentioned
Is it-
that there seems to be a bit of a balance, I guess.
Yeah, he said they were a balance of.
Maybe the reason they can hop into the spirit world is because they carry a certain amount of spirit.
Yeah. Marina said I was currently more spirit than human, so maybe I could try, though. I'm a bit.
Maybe.
Stepping over, going to
I-
the other side.
Look, I have been impulsive and I have been stupid. I don't want to do those kinds of things again.
Henry, that was a joke. I'm not sending you somewhere.
No,
To be
I
on
know
your-
you're not.
Actually, that
I-
might
this
explain
is just
something
a lot to
else.
take in, especially when they talked about the imbalance. And Marina said it herself, I am extremely imbalanced. It was like it kind of just hammered things home, okay?
Mhm.
I'm a bitch.
So you're imbalanced because you have more spirit than, well, I
Yeah.
guess humanity at this point, or man.
I guess. It's scary.
But I'll be
But-
okay, Henry.
What's important is what they talked about, how they gained power, spiritual contracts. Now that's
They
the
talked
Yes.
thing.
about a totem or something.
Yeah,
Well-
exactly. They talked about proto-shamanistic stuff. Now that's the thing that makes me think of why they're different supernatural, like extents of what they can do. Because if that's the case, why didn't we hear about somebody else making a contract like that? If it's only limited to them, then there has to be a special reason
Well,
for it.
keep in mind,
Different spirits.
Romano did say that
Okay.
all other spirits that they came into contact with for Hendrickson didn't exactly go as
No,
planned.
I just mean in terms of the werewolf part.
But
If we can conclude that there's limited sphere of control or limited scope,
Wait, speaking of werewolves, Tony, did
Yeah.
you encounter a little werewolf girl in your
Werewolf girl?
side quest with Meliel?
Yeah, Rustain.
what was she like?
A piece of shit for one.
what does she do? Like, other than
But
just
other than that, there's
attack
one
all-
thing. There's one thing I want to connect. There was a bunch of kids there.
What?
In this vision, they mentioned 6 to 12, and and they've been child trafficking. That's how they're getting these new Vanderlands, possibly.
That's awful.
Sorry, my voice is good, Loki.
6 to... Yeah, that would make sense. That explains why she...
And
Well, all
in a
of them are
town like
being...
New Orleans, murder capital, you could,
Yeah,
you could
I
write
mean,
off
they
a
already
bunch of
did say they paid their in division. They did mention Dorosini
off.
got mentioned on how they paid off or asked for protection. So
Who
it's
was
clear
running
how
it?
they're getting more Vanderlands, but at the same time, why have we not seen or heard about any other Vanderlands? It's always the same faces.
Didn't you?
Are there a lot of failures? There's 40 something or another percentage. Do that many
Maybe
actually die?
Well,
maybe they
it's
have
not
another purpose
death.
for
It's
them.
more like dud, from how he made it sound at
Or-
the start.
Or reckless berserker. He said himself, if
It's
they're
like-
imbalanced, they become monstrosities.
Hold on. It's like the whole Garu breeding with like a Lupus Canis. Some of them become a Garu, other ones just kind of remain as pups, wolves.
Yeah.
And yet with
Untransformed.
their
So,
system,
that
they
doesn't mean
force
they're
them upon
dead.
transformation.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Tony has a point. Because remember, they talked about, and Marina told me too. Marina talked about the idea of if they fail their actualization, which I guess is their version of that first change thing that he was talking about.
Uh-huh.
I'm guessing that they either get consumed, like, and with that, I turn my face away from Eleanor, or something worse happens. I'm guessing if they can't find a way to return to their human form, they're left like monsters, and I wouldn't put it above the Vanderlyn right now to use a supply of child foot soldiers,
Yep.
especially if they're manic pit bulls.
No. As much as I hate to give them any kind of props, there is a small bit of honor amongst them. Ugh, disgusting to say so. But I think in this vision they mentioned something or another about spiritual sickness.
Yeah,
Do they all contain that and they all end up dying down the line? Do they become
Tumors.
weird amalgamations?
possible. And maybe if they can't, well, if we think about it this way, there has to be another purpose for them too, because their reach is very far from what the little bit we've seen, right, Hugo?
Again,
I'm guessing that they most likely, if somebody can't perform the duty they need, maybe they just use a duty that they can fulfill as a human instead. Maybe because what they talked about with that guy Edward Shaw about not having the necessary kinfolk to perform the ritual they're giving him. Maybe they're using their own half breeds and failures.
Kinfolk are people, right? It's just they can't turn into werewolves.
I guess, but apparently they made it sound like they can still perform that ritualistic
Kinfolk are
shaman.
regarded as family, from what it sounded like, so they're protective of them, but it doesn't mean they'll be more than that, I guess.
Yeah,
So to classify them
I
as
mean, clearly twisted the knife in Edward Shaw, didn't he? He seemed quite malicious over that fact of his status.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely seemed
Getting
a bit more
them alive.
ambitious.
wearing that fur as a coat for 3 days.
To be
Doesn't seem
fair,
very-
It's warped,
I know
but
it's fighting a Vanderlyn, but damn, that seems pretty impressive.
They call me a quack doctor.
I have to say though, if he was able to hunt one of them down and actually succeeded at that, that's honestly a bit more
They
impressive.
said he had experience with it, and he made a career out of it.
How strong would you say these folks would likely be?
These
Huh?
what?
These werewolves.
Well,
You think we could take one down?
if we can
Look.
assume how the Vandalins are, since they're a little bit, I'm guessing, pressed in a
made-
different direction.
And do we see them as enemies or potential allies?
The
Depends on our
werewolves?
standard. Yes, I mean, I think you said Tony.
From
Tony said that you didn't
how...
like
I'll
how she
summarize
was.
it like this. From how Romano was attempting, I would moreover assume that, hypothetically, I would assume a werewolf wouldn't be the biggest fan of dealing with a Vandalin, especially with what, well, Tony was talking about earlier, with the trafficking market.
No, hang on. Remember, as they said, the spirits did not accept Hendrickson.
That is
Did
true.
make one.
Exactly.
That would
Now,
also mean
if
they
you guys
probably
recall
would be-
correctly, hang on. And if you guys recall correctly, what did Boogie tell us to call? Or tell us to
Tell-
call him against?
Wolf and Schroeder, he said.
Yeah, said it's a young and coming upstart, right?
So
The
do
new
you
Buddha.
think
The Wolf and
Well, they said-
Shelter is probably the creation that they did.
the spirit, or I guess at that point, the mascot / spiritual benefactor of the
Yeah.
entire Vanderlyn family?
Probably.
So if you kill
Hang on.
that spirit, they'll lose all their powers.
I don't think
Yeah.
it will be
Well-
that simple.
Do you consider a werewolf without a spirit backer a lesser werewolf, Hugo?
Hugo, I don't think they used any of this when we were fighting them. They really didn't use any of the same stuff I was using. I don't think they were using that many spiritual powers.
This is probably just pure physical strength.
I can contest that Rostain was pretty. Her hits hurt like no other. If it wasn't for that other guy, Kazuki, I think I probably would have been down for the count.
Didn't you say there was another person there that you ran into?
Yeah. Bella. But there was a small, weird interaction. I
meant
Wait, did Neliel use her fire powers on one of those creatures? Was it effective?
not particularly. She damn near blew everybody in the entire building apart.
that's probably why she got pulled away.
Mm-hmm.
Fire is ineffective against these Vandalins.
Yeah.
Believe it.
At least that Vanderlyn. For all we know,
Give me
Mr.
a moment
Fishman
to
himself.
check, will you?
Okay.
So, Rush Chain, remember, Rush Chain wasn't the werewolf, Eloise. Rather, there was the little girl, one of the trafficked children, that
Yep.
turned
Oh.
into a werewolf that she captured. And that's how the fight ended. She captured
That's
the
right,
werewolf
that's
and then ran away. Now, of particular note, if you remember, she was talking to a woman who was the alleged leader of the vampire grunts there. A woman by the name of Camilla, if you remember.
Oh, I fucking
Yeah.
forgot about that, actually. Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
Kind of confused what you're doing there. What you got?
Yeah, actually, damn, I actually completely forgot about that. Yeah, thanks for the introduction. Yeah, another thing that helps prove my theory of them doing the whole child trafficking thing is a young girl. She ended up turning into one of the werewolves.
Huh?
Yeah. She grabbed her and ran off. But there was another random woman there by the name of just a bit of a hazy night. What was it? Carmela? Carmela, yes. So
Was she like another one of those Vandalin, or
no, she seemed different for the most part. I don't think she was a Vanderland, but probably someone employed by them. Because how much of a far reach or stretch and reach they have.
so there's a human well, I guess we could say Garu trafficking ring going on.
Guess so.
I think it was another werewolf selling other kind.
You know, looking back on it, I guess
Damn.
better them to take those that would randomly awaken around innocence.
I'm not sure if that's really a win or lose in that part. If she personally chose to take that little girl away, then I would assume that was her objective attempt.
Of course.
So the
Yet that
question
little
is,
girl
what
could
is
have
she doing with the
awoken
girl?
in night with her family. Could have slaughtered her entire family after awakening.
Maybe.
Hard to
I think the
pinpoint.
parents of the little girl are after her.
Or what? What'd you say?
Are the parents of the little girl after her? What'd you say?
Seeing how Garu are protective of even their own kinfolk, I would assume so. But where would we even find them, either?
Yeah. Well,
Actually, a good place to start would be that location.
maybe I can sniff something. My nose has gotten better.
You might be able to track
know-
down the people, so maybe that would work out.
Maybe. But
Yeah. I want to put
all
one food plot in the back of everybody's head. If that's where the Vanderlyn are, in terms of power, where are the monarchs of the Red Grave? What are
Well-
above the monarch, if there is any?
Oh,
I mean,
we've managed to take it down with the help of you, Tony. This frenzied out Henry over here. So.
I would assume they're probably at their own peak. I'm not sure
Yeah,
where they
Marina-
stand or
Marina
what they
had the
can do.
confidence to attempt to engage the, boogeyman himself. So I'm guessing there's a certain level of confidence there.
so further heights to reach, you say.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Now
It'd be nice
that
to
just sounds fun.
have a little convo with the monarchs.
So I guess I have to. If I want to get better, I'm gonna have to find a spirit or something. Or first fix. So I look at my hand, I feel myself shaking a little bit. Once again, the guillotine of fate over my head as I get told I am imbalanced.
And what are you planning to get? What spirit are you
Yeah, which one are you running to?
planning?
With your, well, I'm honestly not too
The
confident
other
that many
spirit
are
works,
gonna
okay?
want to help you.
Yeah, I know.
Planning on making a new one?
I don't really know where to even start with that. Well, they said manifest, so I don't.
Manifest,
Maybe
create.
if you pray enough, maybe it'll summon one.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, I also have another question. What is this treaty they were discussing?
The Treaty of Lindar?
I guess the creation. They're working together to create the Vanderlyn.
Yeah, it was their starting point.
Is that the treaty that they're talking about?
Well, I mean, it's the one they all agreed to. So, that was the whole point. That's why the Vandalin gave their name. From how it sounds.
Strange. Was Hendrickson the first child then? Because he said he'd name his kid that way.
Or his first
Assume
successful
Successful.
Yeah.
scientific project? But there's another thing I want to keep in the back of my mind. I would recommend everybody else as well. We heard Shenty a lot, and then there was the word of Avatar. What changes from them? What is the Avatar? What is the Shenty? Any differences?
Well,
I'm not too sure. I will admit, I am a bit curious about the entity of, well, all these entities. Entropy, for example. I know I've heard that somewhere, but...
Yeah. But first, let's try to understand what even is a mere Shenty in the grand scheme of
And
things. What were the Madden cults that they talked about?
there's something
Why
else.
are they aiming the world?
I'm guessing it's some faction of them who's. We gotta think of it this way. They called them cultists. So
Exactly.
that implies a religion, and if Shenty has an
Well,
avatar,
Then...
technically speaking, a cult is the mere understanding of, if I recall correctly, if I want to get specific here, it's a small bit of 50 people and under. If you want to do the final, but it's a small understanding of people. Religion can be seen, as others have said, as I've heard from others. Religion is just a cult of a bigger understanding.
Yeah.
There is one thing that's a little bit confusing. It's the Garu who apparently caused this disaster. They were mentioning that we're primitive tribes, which means not all Garu are seen as the same, correct?
Yeah. They said the remnants even fought against. They joined the fight. So
Of course.
So,
remember, as
certain
they
ones
said,
aren't exactly on the same side, but it looks like they were trying to cause chaos and another group was trying to stop it.
You guys think it's like a doomsday cult then? Maybe that's why they're trying to. I mean, look at this world.
Be similar.
I hate to say it, but like,
I mean,
look, there's a lot of reasons after what we've seen, we've been through, to find flaws in this world.
I guess it could be considered something that balances things out. I mean, there can't be like a good guy without a bad guy, if you know what I mean with that. So maybe a group of Garu are good and some are just naturally vile and cruel.
Good, bad.
It doesn't really matter, but
I think that our
black and white.
Our willingness to trust Dimitri landed us in a lot of trouble because we simply assumed he was
an ally or something.
Yeah, that was very black and white of us, and it bit us in the ass really bad.
Yeah. I'd say in the future, if we form alliances, we should probably keep our guards up.
Yep.
Of course, hang on now. But a simple thought is these Shenties, avatars, entropy, whatever they said.
Some with stasis too.
Yeah, so
exactly, yes.
Different groups.
Why do they think one or the other or whoever is going to return soon?
Because
with the way the world seems to be going,
if
it's delving deeper and deeper into chaos. It's like the Y2K incident. Like,
honestly,
that can't spawn out of nowhere. After entering this world, these small little tidbits. Like, they can't be just nothing.
You have a point.
There's always going to be a group of cultists who try to call upon some evil, powerful entity. I mean, you see them in movies.
But what if they're not just some group, but they're the same group over and over?
Well,
as we've seen, a lot of entities, things in this world can live multiple
what about
years.
It's true.
Now, hang on.
True.
Hang on. You said what would you say, the shifters that went to go attack this thing.
It was weird from how it was described, because it was more than one group.
Exactly. So they draw power from the earth and utilize it through rage.
Yeah.
Do they not?
Yeah.
So I guess maybe their emotions draw upon their power.
That too. I think Henry might have something to say about that later.
Actually, that's been interesting if you think about it connected to
exactly.
You know, ghost stories, right?
Changing Henry when you're angry.
Hang on, I have a better question. Question here.
Like,
who is this Ed Shaw guy? Who is this oil man?
Edward Shaw?
Remember.
Oil. Apparently he had connections with the Garu. Or
I'm
Do
gonna
we
pull
not
out.
have
Fucking
do we not have an
Yeah,
oil
I pull
the
out
oil rig gear?
Ulrich's card. Yeah, Ulrich's card that he gave us, the business card. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna throw it out in the middle of us. Endron.
That might be similar, but
He said premium oil, and that. I mean,
And do we not have a oil
they
rig
change
here
name?
in Louisiana?
that is
we do have
true.
an oil rig.
In
Yeah.
fact,
Yeah.
well, certain
Checo, you're really
individual.
quiet.
Well, I'm sorry to say this, Tony. There was an instance where we did run into something that might have been related to this. It was with
Fuck.
Bertrand in that shed. Remember?
Yeah, he did mention he was working as a welder for an
Yeah.
underwater.
Yeah, for an oil rig, and well, he took the door with him.
It was impacted, like I
Slash
said.
door.
Well,
The whole
Maybe I'm
hand
wrong.
cloth.
One of those
Although
slashes.
I do have
Wait, you
to.
think a werewolf could have made a slash like that?
It depends who's talking, I guess. I mean,
glad it's not natural. Yeah.
werewolf maybe, but we've also seen that. Well, not everyone seemingly transforms into a
wait.
werewolf either.
I have a possible theory. Tony, you mentioned they draw their power from the earth.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the biggest,
You utilize the
what's the
rays,
biggest
right?
enemy to the earth right now?
Humans.
Oil mining.
Yes, but one
Mines?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, mining the fossil
oil.
fuels.
Yeah, mining, oil, whole production.
Well, there's a lot of things that can be a threat to the Earth. If I'm being honest.
Well,
But that seems, in the current most case, the most immediate one at us.
Yeah.
Please.
If I remember, there aren't many disasters, but you can never forget about the one with Chernobyl
Oil
as well.
spills.
Nuclear disasters can also be a huge detriment to land, radiation and all that. That was a big
Exactly.
dilemma. Put a pause on a lot of shit too.
Endron, it would make sense if they allied themselves with someone that big. Everyone knows Endron.
Yeah.
I look at Tony for a moment. Tony, when you're doing your construction work, you guys probably use that, like, their fuel as well, don't you? They're the largest oil producer here.
Then of course, yeah.
Well, I guess it explains why it was attacking that oil rig, most likely.
Yep.
Which means we might be able to find one skulking around.
Maybe if we decide to take up that job that he said he had for us, though. That would be
Yeah, I gotta go
toting
read
a very dangerous line, wouldn't it, Hugo?
Hugo?
okay, what happened?
Hugo, we could, if we really wanted to try and follow up on this, we could see about that job that Ulrich offered us, but that'd be toting a very dangerous line, wouldn't it?
Yeah, what can we do?
Ulrich offered you a job?
Ulrich offered us a job. He was impressed with us, and he and Clementine found our methods reassuring that we were willing to go as far as we did.
Ah. So this happened when I left. Okay. That makes sense.
And she was
Hold on. I do have a question I've been meaning to ask y'all.
Mhm.
How exactly did it end up with, well, all of you engaging?
well,
That was a bit sudden, even for me.
Feels like a blur, but I
it
remember
was
killing
successful.
2 creatures.
And
Successful, sure, but I'm just
Henry
curious.
stopping one, and we got stopped by Ulrich.
I see.
I was controlling myself better.
Mm-hmm.
He did beat a man up to a puddle, so
He
you need to work
didn't
on
be-
that, I guess.
He turned into ash, technically, not a puddle. But I know what you mean.
Another one turned to ash, huh?
That seems to be what happens when they're really, like, dead, as opposed to going to sleep. They
So when
burn.
they kill them, they just turn to ash. I guess that makes sense. I mean, we've had it happen before.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. It's really morbid, like a self-cleaning feature. It makes it seem like they really had no presence or identity at all. They just disappear.
I need to observe this at some point.
Speaking of,
It's a bit odd.
trolls and vampires.
You know, I would say it is a sad existence, but unfortunately, that's how Uncle Hector went out as well. More like a sludge, but still.
Wait, Uncle Hector turned to dust?
Like a sludge, but yeah.
Once
What?
Much.
I explained it to you before.
So that's how you got the eye then.
I've explained it, yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
Still. This is a lot, isn't it?
It's too
This is
much
the first time
time.
we're really sitting down and trying to lay all the cards on the table. But
Speaking of visions,
I'll see what I can try to dig into about, well, in regards to some of these things. Honestly, I need to find someone who might be able to help out a little bit more in regards to at least understanding like certain terms, like Garu enacting their own rituals. That's something I didn't expect
but
to
that's
hear.
theory when he gets over, so maybe.
Yeah, Terry might know some
Yeah.
stuff. Maybe he knows what these avatars and the entities are.
You know, something's happened. The Adelards, right?
yeah,
Yeah, with
we should review that.
We're chasing a lot of these ladies, and we've seen a lot of these visions.
they seem to connect in a lot of areas too.
Wait, a lot of these visions, what are you guys talking about?
We've
Oh yeah, we
Kind of
haven't
been-
told you yet.
we've kind of been going along with Adele. She's been
Maybe-
experiencing a lot of visions. We had one at the bayou. We had one when we were at the at their house originally, before we moved them. I mean, we should probably tell you about
Wait,
them.
how many visions do we have in total?
I would
Let
assume
me see.
We have every single ones with the mementos of our family, and then I guess whatever you guys have seen.
I would say
But
outside of the
apart from
mementos, I've
Yeah,
only seen 3.
the Adelard visions. Let's focus on those first because they seem to be connected, but
Yeah.
scattered throughout.
I only know of 3 instances where Adele has experienced some type of, well, vision.
Let me account for my
Well, actually,
visions that
no,
I've
no,
seen.
2. No, 3. Because of Boogie, my bad.
The first one that we encountered was when we first met Miss Adele.
Yeah, it was
It was
due
Millard.
to Millard's clothes.
Yeah,
Was it
Millard.
Millard?
He was. I have it written down. Let me get my notes.
Oh, you wrote
It
notes.
was a vision of. Yes. After the encounter, I took some time to jot down the case.
That's
The vision began with Millard, right? In his room.
yeah. We were investigating because of the call for help that we got from Uncle John about Thierry. That was connected to
He
a
was
call for
talking
help.
to someone, right? He found something.
Yeah.
Some information he wasn't supposed to know, and that some people were after him because
It was something.
it was.
What was it? It was something to
He's using
do with
Cypher some information.
Yeah, he used like cipher stacking
Well-
to conceal it, but
Hi for a sec.
1 second.
Yeah, that was the first one. It was a bit
Interesting.
unclear, a bit vague.
The one that I experienced with Adele was with myself and Henry at the boathouse. It was the
Oh,
one.
Experienced another vision?
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I wanted to confront Dimitri, because I got to see the
was
continuation of it, Hugo.
Yep.
And from what
see.
I found out, it was connected to the Nosferatu, which I'm guessing is another clan from these damn.
Nosferatu.
Yeah,
Explain
apparently
to me
something about
what a
Shrek.
Vampires
Shreknet.
or the
Yeah.
supernaturals?
It's the supernatural stuff, obviously. I mean,
He said
the man
something.
that
Pause.
was in a coat was a vampire. We know this. Well, obviously, we know it's
Hang on,
Dimitri
hang
as
on,
well.
hang on.
So
Uh-huh.
could we say the Nosferatu are vampires as well?
They would have to be. It's
Yes,
the only
that's-
thing that would make sense.
That's not all, though.
For now.
But
at least.
Shreknet.
Shreknet.
Remember what I
Isn't that
told
the
you guys.
site
I
you know,
I can
Tony?
access a what? No, I know Hunternet. I don't know the Shreknet. It could be,
Hunternet, Shrek.
yeah. And I was told before from the same woman back in when I was fighting the Rustain lady. I was told by another hunter, don't trust the old original internet has already gone down.
Wait, how many
This
people were
new
there
one
that
is
night?
something new. Mhm. That was on my side. 4. The others, well, -2.
It was
Staying in a
you,
few random.
now, and the 2 other hunters that you supposed encountered. That was it?
Yes. Those are the only allies I found.
Okay. So, continue, I guess.
Yeah. She told me, like I said, she had told me that the current Hunternet is not what her, sorry if I'm paraphrasing here, her master had said is not the current Hunternet. That original one has already gone down. They might be in tune together. The Shreknet might be what the supernatural is keeping tabs on us hunters. I guess.
Actually, that can be
Makes
tested,
And
but it's a little bit risky
Wait.
if it really is Shreknet.
there is something else to bring up as well. If you, from the vision,
What?
There's a lot. Well, for one,
Millard
continue, my bad.
also talked about some other factions that we don't really know much about. He saw
Like those harbingers?
that those harbingers, we call them harbingers of skulls, and they talked
Yeah.
about some barony of the Sameti, and he's saying that those factions shouldn't be here together. And then he mentioned even the Cappadocians, and he talked about John.
Yeah,
No,
that was surprising. Uncle John
Cap-
had went about and
Uncle-
hunted down certain
Yeah.
groups.
No, Uncle. Interject if I'm wrong here, Mystic. If I recall correctly, Uncle John had told me a Cappadocian or Cappadocian, whatever the fuck I said, is what has led to
Wait,
burns on his body.
it was a mistake. It wasn't Cappadocia. It was Takata.
It was
My bad. Sorry.
Last name.
Okay.
No, it was my mistake.
I mean,
Okay.
So was it Hakata that did his Uncle John?
Didn't Daniel mention the Hakata and the bangs?
Akata? Yes.
Yes, he did.
Akata was with the correlation connected to banks. I mean, there could be a connection, but
Technically.
I mean, if we're
What was your
considering
question,
how
Izzy?
Oh no, I said Uncle John told Tony that it was a Cappadocian that burnt his skin alive, right?
He said it was in a fight against something called the Capuchin.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the one question I was telling you
Yeah.
about the other day, Mark, that I couldn't remember. I wanted to tell you.
Oh, okay. I get what you mean. Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
That was the one question. Yeah, that was the one question
He
I
had
could
the
remember.
same question.
But yeah, but Cappadocian, Cappaducian. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's gonna put those two things together. So
But still.
I mean, if we're talking about like the Hakata and like let's say certain other groups, I mean, It sounds like they're their own groups. So I mean,
And they're beefing because they said it themselves.
they've
They wouldn't appreciate them being on this territory.
my assumption is that most likely Vampire Society is not as united as you would think at the start. Most likely it's just like most society as it is. It's just people trying
Different
to one up the
factions.
other. As for the Barony Asamdi, I mean, we're in New Orleans. We could correlate that to voodoo itself.
There
Yeah.
was somebody. Okay. Okay. Anything else from this vision of importance?
Yeah.
Millard had thrown an image of the smiling man to
Smiling
Dimitri.
man.
The man that was in
Wait,
the you know,
where
that
have you
trench
heard
coat?
this before? Wait, give me a minute.
Yeah,
Let me.
by the way, I'm gonna show
Smiling
you
man.
a little bit
Dimitri
like
mentioned a smiling
on.
man.
hold on. I'm gonna like move my shirt to the side a little bit and show the cut that I made that one night.
Shop again. Wait. You mentioned a smiling man at the shop.
Yeah. Spider-Man seems to be everywhere.
Now, what was that shop's name again?
Helmut's trading.
How much?
Helmet Street. Didn't you mention that before, Henry?
What about a
Interesting.
smiling lord?
The
Yeah.
Did
He
you say
mentioned-
something about my doctor
Yes.
working at Helmet's Trading?
No,
You
he
think he
didn't
could
say he
be-
worked there. He gave me the card.
Mm. Okay.
how do I say this? Yeah, but
Maybe he's friends with the smiling man of ours.
Possibly.
maybe, but
If what
honestly,
you say is
I might slap you, bro. Alright. Like I was saying,
Okay.
I mean,
Real quick.
I get the whole part, like with the whole like him saying the smiling thing is, and I mean, from what we discovered, the dude that one night who was wearing a coat most likely was Dimitri, which confuses me a little bit, but it's just mainly the role he's playing at this.
Okay, but real quick, Uncle John had mentioned before that a capuchin had burned his skin.
Capuchin.
Yeah, not a Cappadocian. Which one is the lesser of the few? Which one is the greater of the few? That is the question to be had. Why is there differences in their name?
One moment.
Okay.
The word Cappadocian you've never heard before.
Yeah,
Didn't
that's
they
just our
just mention it?
misunderstanding. It's
Also, in the vision, they said capuchin as well.
no Cappadocian, most
Yeah.
likely. Okay, never mind.
So
Cappadocian.
no. He mentioned the Capuchin, but never directly the Cappadocian.
Got you.
Yeah,
Our
but
bad.
did they not just tell him about the Cappadocian?
It's written in the.
No.
thing
He
by
said
Tekko
Harbingers
Juexit.
of Skull.
Yeah,
Oh fuck. Okay, my bad. My
I
bad.
was talking about that.
I was looking at
and
the doc.
Sai was
Yeah, my bad, my
referencing the
bad, my bad.
Capuchin.
Yeah.
It happens.
All right, fuck what I just said.
But yeah,
Yeah,
like
we
I was
know.
trying to
Go.
say, yeah, the Smiling Man seems to have some presence. A little too much of a presence, so it's like technically he has some correlation with my own survival. I'm curious about who it is, though, but you said there's a correlation to it at Helmut's?
Yeah.
Henry? Okay.
Because remember, don't you remember Dimitri's accounts of the events? Don't you remember?
I have my
That's
own
right. It was
experience with
just-
the
that was-
smiling
that
man
was
face.
Me. That was me, Hugo and Carl. Sorry.
No. He did also request for me to go to Hellmoods.
Oh no, I mean
You played the graveyard with him.
he said he made a story about being there, and that's how Alice found him. Alice went to the pawn shop. She went to Hell's Mud, and the Smiling Man offered her something, and if she was willing to, she could find her brother. That's how he was placed there, it seems. And I feel like whoever the Smiling Man is, he might be a lot more dangerous and a lot more manipulative and even the Vanderlyn.
I mean,
You think he's working with Dimitri or against him?
I think Dimitri might be more so moving to the beat of this man's drum.
He
Dimitri
did
did
say
seem
you
to
are
have
the
some
smiling,
information.
but it might be a lie.
Yeah, I
Staying away
feel
from his accomplice.
it could be that maybe this guy, hence the name, is just a bit unpredictable on purpose. Who knows? Maybe he has a bunch of people that he benefacts and he lets them just do what they want to do and enjoy the chaos. But I do think there's a strong correlation that this man, probably whoever this smiling man is, or even is a man for that matter, holds Dimitri's leash in some way.
Maybe, but
Because Millard brought up the smiling man, remember? He brought him up directly, too. He made a threat with it. Maybe that's how he actually ended up as a head. Maybe he pressed his luck a bit too much and decided to follow up on Millard's threat. And
what do you mean?
remember when Millard threw the pin at him with the smiling man's effigy on it? The
Yeah.
imagery of him? Maybe we heard from Dimitri himself that he's quite the vengeful person.
Well, that was obvious.
Maybe he decided to follow up on that threat.
He did.
The smiling man
And
helped
maybe
Alice as well. Didn't she
I mean,
come
yeah.
in contact with him?
Yeah, I mean, he's already kind of been following through with it. He's kind of already got Alice on like some
So-
chain and leash.
Is he an
He's
ally against
from
us?
what I
or
guess, the one who killed Millard. I mean, we saw him.
No, I'm talking. Look,
But that's
what I'm saying is Millard's death and the death of the family directly led to, apparently from Dimitri's own words, this man, the smiling person, giving in like this. He led Alice to Dimitri. This man has been manipulating things back and forth. He's been carefully stacking up pieces. It's important to note that that would mean even Dimitri is a piece in this man's plan. Dimitri and his vengeful little outburst towards the family, his revenge. I think Dimitri's been manipulated. The real one has been manipulated this whole time.
well,
And once he realized that this person was stronger than him, he fell in line.
then what are you implying with like this? Are you trying to like convince Dimitri to turn his ways or some crap? Like,
I'm saying that there might be an angle. If we go,
You're-
Hold on here a moment.
what?
Let me help course correct a little bit. Okay?
okay,
Thank you. Thank you.
I think it's a little obvious. We're getting a little lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to set up a timeline based on what you guys have talked about. And then I'm going to bring up some things and we're going to get questions out of them. Okay? You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Let us begin chronologically. In the first vision, we saw a particular scene. The man in the coat having a conversation with Millard. He mentioned he was impressed that Millard was able to evade him for so long, as well as impressed that Millard could accomplish such a great feat as screwing over the Nosferatu. The relevant things being, Millard knew he was being chased, somehow evaded it, was able to somehow create blankness in his memory that could not be exploited even with the power of mind control. And he took something from these Nosferatu. Information, we know this already, from the Shreknet. Okay. Now here's an interesting thing that comes up on the later end of the vision, from the other angle. We learn about the fact that Millard is intimately familiar with the structure of vampire society. Now, from Adele's testimony in session 6, we remember that she does not remember Millard being strange in any way until only a few months prior to when he started taking these walks. So some profound change must have happened within him, which we can estimate from the boogeyman's story. He likely remembered the memories of his past life, however that happened, or whatever that life may be. And with that knowledge, he began pursuing something. A few of the accomplishments we can place on him is that he was able to steal information, as well as incite the anger of multiple other clans of vampires. Now the question is, if his stealing was so masterful, why was it that Dimitri was the one chasing him, allegedly, over the other vampires? In his conversation, he said that you appear to be a harbinger of skulls, but you're not. You're not loyal to the prince, whoever this prince figure may be. So clearly, Dimitri has been a part of vampire society, the greater vampire society as well. But whatever big leader there may be on the vampire end, he clearly isn't loyal to them. Now, he also said to Dimitri in one of his dialogue lines that he doesn't have a master, and then he corrected himself by saying, well, that's not entirely true. In this same conversation, Millard stated that the one who helped him screw over Dimitri in the first place, however that happened, was the Smiling Man. So that brings up a question. So the Smiling Man helped Millard to screw over Dimitri's plan, whatever that may have been. Dimitri is clearly a plant or a traitor or something, even in vampire society, because he's not loyal to leadership, or at least Millard suspected so. And then Dimitri was the one chasing after Millard in order to be the first to gather the information, or perhaps the first to take him out, so that others wouldn't be able to get that information. Those are two possibilities. We don't know which one it is. Now, if we look at the story from the Boogeyman, we realize how Millard was able to accomplish that feat. He was the one who summoned the Spirit of Fear inside the body of Paul Redgrave, and then he offered up his memories to the Spirit of Fear. So that means not only was he aware that he was being chased, but this must have happened before he died. Now, that brings up another few questions. First of all, how did he know who Paul Redgrave was? Before we all knew, the Adelards and the Redgraves had no real connection. So he met Paul Redgrave. If we go back to session 5, Thierry Henry explained to us that Paul Redgrave, the last time he'd heard of him, months ago, was that he was in Texas. So, Paul Redgrave was in Texas for those months. At what point did he return to New Orleans? We would suspect it is when the family inauguration happened at the start of the prologue. He was coming home for the inauguration, the coming of age ceremony, but he missed it, clearly. Is that when Millard took over his body? It doesn't make sense. Millard was dead long before the prologue because of the state his body was in. Right? And remember, Adele gave us a timeline in session 6. She said all of this stuff happened about 6 months ago. That was when things started getting weird. So, that's long before the start of the prologue. So that means he must have met Paul Redgrave far, far sooner. The only way for that to make sense is if he was in Texas, presumably. If you remember from the conversation, Millard studied in a different state. That's why most of his room is empty, because he was away. Remember, you tried to get his stuff at the time, but you couldn't, because it's in a storage locker at his campus, which is outside the state. we'd have to write a formal report and have it be shipped back to the house in order to get access to his stuff. The only thing he had left behind was his personal computer, one of them at least, and his notebook. So, that's about it for Millard, as far as we can figure. Now, Millard prepared something. We don't know how, but whether it's the information or something else, he felt his family was in danger. He explained this to the boogeyman when the boogeyman asked him why he was doing all this. Carl was able to decode his notebook, and was able to find a message relating to Adele, the last one, as well as a map of something called Concordia, which seems to be an inverted map of New Orleans with X's marked in 3 specific locations that form a triangle. When you sync up these locations to a map, as Carl said, one of them leads to the Levisier art gallery, one of them leads to some unmarked location, which is a gravesite of some kind, and the third was an office hotel of some kind, whether it's an Enderon facility or a bank. This is further reinforced by Lucas's vision. Now, while you've all been discussing this, Adele has shared her vision with you, the one she had at the Levisier. From this, you learn that Lucas, after the funeral of Millard, mind you, this was a personal funeral because Bertrand refused to accept that Millard was dead. He didn't believe that Millard would just kill himself or would be this reckless, so he began pursuing what happened to Millard. In pursuing this, we miss a lot of details. We find him at the Levisier, looking at something inside of a cage. Then he went to an office hotel of some kind, found documents relating to Enderon or some sort of operation that stunned him to the core. And then he went to an unmarked grave where he found the brush. He then set a trap for whoever it was that was following him. And by the time we saw him again, an unknown amount of time had passed, and the Goliath from the prologue was there with him and stabbed the figure, which was Dimitri, in the back. After that, Lucas ran home and finished his painting. Now, why did he decide to make this painting? What was so important about it? What was he trying to convey? Was it a message? Since he was following Millard's trail, did he manage to succeed in finding what Millard left behind? Or did he leave something else behind? That's the question. In any case, after he finished the painting, he was killed and his body was taken. And then presumably people came to take the painting, which then ended up at the Levisier art gallery. When we think of Pascal, we have nothing. There's barely a description. Bertrand in his testimony barely talks about Pascal. And Pascal, the only thing we know is that during Lucas's vision, towards the end, he called for Pascal, but Pascal was not around. At some point, presumably, Pascal was pursuing what Lucas left behind. He was trying to get the painting. Clearly, he failed because the painting is now with you all. Alice mentioned that the start of her journey began with seeing Pascal talk to a woman, which has a very familiar description, one of the witch of the prologue, and she saw him quite literally disappear in front of her eyes. That's when she likely had her realization that this isn't some mental illness, but that something serious was happening, something beyond the scope of her understanding. After furiously digging, she couldn't find anything on Lucas or anything on Pascal. She had the camera footage as well as the the fact that Millard visited the Lamplight Bar for some reason. So she went there, ingratiated herself amongst vampire society, trying to find clues. We don't think she found any, because she was quite lost, as she herself said. Until such time as, for some reason, she approached the Smiling Man. She must have received knowledge of the Smiling Man from somewhere, or perhaps the Smiling Man was the one who approached her and told her to go to an unmarked gravesite where she would dig up and open the coffin and find the head of Lucas. This brings up another few questions. First of all, what happened to Lucas's body, the rest of his body? So his head was severed, okay. Where's the rest of his body? Why was only the head in the coffin? Now the head also now contained the spirit of Dimitri. So what exactly is going on here? The Smiling Man led Alice to a place where the head of Lucas with Dimitri inside was located. Does that mean that the Smiling Man knew that Dimitri was inside the head? If so, why would he want Alice to meet Dimitri? Is he trying to help Dimitri? Well, if that's the case, then why did he help Lucas foil Dimitri's plan? That's rather confusing and contradictory. If Dimitri being inside of the head was not planned by the Smiling Man, then that means Lucas must have been important somehow. In any case, after Alice obtained the head of Dimitri, she became very obsessed with it. That was the head of her brother. So then, she showed that she cared very much about the head. So why was it that when we first saw Alice doing the trade, she was willing to trade the head over to the vampire in question? Why was that the package to be delivered back to her? What was going on? Remember, she gave the blood, I believe, over in order to get the head. That means the head wasn't with her. What's going on here? Or was she trying to give the head in exchange for blood? That seems rather out of character for her. Daniel suspected that the one who helped Alice overcome him, because of portents of blood of some kind, some special magic or ability, he blamed the vampire Vincent. But could it be Dimitri who helped her instead? Vincent seemed to have no knowledge of this when confronted about it, or else he would have had a more volatile reaction to Orlando's questioning of Adele. That's about all we have right now. What do you all think?
It's a fair point. Should I pause for a second?
Sure.
Alright.
Okay. So what we have right now is Mallard awakened, right? Something inside of him awakened. Michael, as Boogie told us.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that happened. He was the one who summoned him, right? And he offered his memories because he was being chased by presumably Dimitri for hacking into the Shreknet, right?
I don't think it was alter. I think he removed them or something. Or at least tried to. But yeah, he was definitely being chased.
So, Who was he being chased by? Dimitri, right? For hacking into the
Yeah,
into
but
the network. What information did he get? Something incriminating?
well, it must have been something good to have this man purposely going out there to try to take care of business. And I mean, the Nosferatu were also like losing it.
We're assuming we know the complete vision, right? Like all of them, every single one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Adele filled in the
Okay,
gap.
okay. Oh yeah,
Just
he mentioned he found incriminating evidence that would shatter the masquerade, quote unquote.
they seem pretty adamant about
And
protecting
he
their
said
masquerade.
he would. He sent them to the government. That information about the supernaturals, right? About this clan, this Nosferatu clan.
If it was just pure information, I'm pretty sure we'd be seeing something different. Most likely, I think he gave clues, like what we have right now.
He left a trail
He left a
for Lucas.
yeah, a crumb trail, which also I think brought in Arthur Moon as well. He was investigating the same thing because he was telling us about it.
He left 3 clues for him. The LVCA, the thing in the cage. I would presume it would be the Swan Maiden, right?
Yeah, the Swan Maiden is in the cage.
The second clue he left for Lucas was something about Enderon. In an office hotel, he found some information. Right? That was the second piece.
Sorry, can you repeat that part?
The second piece he left was in the office of an office hotel.
Run by
And
Enderon.
he found something about Enderon that shocked him pretty badly.
Yeah, I think this was. What was his job when he was there? I swear, wasn't this that place?
His job?
He had a. Well, I mean, he wasn't in that position for no reason. He had a job. He looked into something, went too far. What was it? Was something with.
He'd been hired to manage accounts and check security.
That's what it was.
And then
Yes.
eventually his curiosity got the better of him, and he dug and he
Oh.
investigated where he shouldn't have.
Then he also mentioned that they have certain clans in high positions of power. Banks, government facilities.
Most likely big
So I would
political
assume-
figures.
Exactly. So we could assume he found some information about vampires. He that's why he was in danger, right? That's why Dimitri was after him. For this information.
I think it's not exactly just for having the information. I think it's what he did with the information that was causing issues. Because, I'll be honest, you could hold a paper about a bunch of information, but if people know about the paper, it's one thing, but the moment that stuff starts leaking everywhere, I can't exactly say I'm surprised. I'm not sure what it is, whether he spread the information
They were
first
trying
and
to
they
recover this
started.
information back, right? But they couldn't
Oh.
because he used cipher stacking.
Yeah, so
And they couldn't recover it that way. They had to find another way.
that means he stole the data, and they couldn't put anything back together, I guess.
You can assume that. And that's why he left a crumb trail for Lucas to this information cache,
Well,
maybe.
it might be a bit more than just Lucas.
I think he was leaving it for anyone he was close to.
And
Well,
Lucas
From
was
any of
calling
them.
out to Pascal. You think he was trying to leave a trail for Pascal?
most likely.
And when Pascal went after this information, he got in contact with this witch. this presumed witch that we all know,
I mean,
who caused all this mess. So you think he could be working with the witch? Looking for the blessed lands?
Do you think that with how vague he was actually talked about, do you think he was actually real?
what?
Who's real? Real who? Pascal?
Pascal. I'm saying in terms of Bertrand barely talked about him. We didn't even get a descriptor.
Well, Milord got his memories eaten. And
yeah.
maybe it's something same.
I mean,
Maybe.
you can ask Adele what she remembers about Pascal. I
In any
mean,
case.
But would it really be beyond the witch's things to pull something like that? Maybe she's after that kind of stuff too to cause chaos. But anyway, if he left it for Pascal.
And this smiling man,
Mm-hmm.
is he working with Dimitri? Is he against Dimitri? Why did he help Alice then? To uncover his head.
Mm.
we're
Wow.
missing something.
What do you think he wants? Does he want the information cache?
Hold on.
Hmm.
So, the witch is involved in this as well. The Goliath showed up.
Well, yeah,
The
Goliath
church-
struck Dimitri, right?
Yeah,
Why would he do that?
yeah, the Goliath is also, well, kind of attacked all of us. Why did the Goliath attack us if Uncle Paul says it was supposed to be on our side?
And
Protector.
if the Goliath was part of the witch's creation
I mean,
or under her control, maybe, you know.
Yeah.
the Spirit of
Is she
Fear
working?
was also summoned.
By Millard.
Yeah,
Now, who? Question is, really? He said he was summoned here to give us a test. That he was here to test us, meaning that.
But why us? He met Uncle Paul, right?
Yeah, he met Uncle Paul and he managed to somehow
And wasn't he
subdue
in
him.
Texas? remember the incident? Like, well, I doubt Tony's a big fan of this one, but the one with Rachel? When Adele showed us that one vision?
Yeah.
Well, if we assume by what she meant, most likely, especially from how they were talking to us, we're probably on the last hope gamble. I can't confirm anything, but honestly, it feels like that. And it's a bit odd that we were attacked at the church at that time.
He
Then
said somebody
afterwards,
violated.
during our first investigation, we
Oh,
slowly
he said he was
pick
the
up
guardian of the
crumbs.
family, right?
Yeah, so why did the Guardian attack
And-
the family?
We drank Edric's blood.
Yeah, but he said it
We
was.
assumed he was a vampire that we drank from, but now we know it was Edric's
We did
blood.
hack it up too, but
Do you
I guess it
think-
doesn't change anything.
Do you think the vampire, the supposed vampire, was Edric?
Mm,
Well, we never fought Edric, so I wouldn't be able to say if it was him or not.
But that would make sense,
But
wouldn't it? Because
it
we
wouldn't make
drank his
sense.
blood, and
Yeah.
the Guardian attacked us. So
thicker than blood, right?
Well,
That
it
old
would
saying.
make
the
sense for a
Guardian
Guardian to-
wasn't exactly
or back an outbreak.
on us at the spot.
So somehow,
They were there
Let's think
for an objective.
yeah.
We were just in the way.
Well, here's what we're not. I think there's something we should bring up here, and how are our families connected? Clearly, somehow, Millard managed to get Paul, whether it was through ambushing him or even subduing him, and he managed to use him and summon something into him. Now, I'm not sure about you, but after seeing the power that Paul had, and I don't think that would have been an easy feat.
You think he was enemies with Paul?
No, I think that this whole test thing might have been a more eventual kind of thing, like a passing of the torch. Maybe it was something that had to happen. And Millard was doing his part in preparing us. He cares about his family. He really does. And in order to save his family, if all this stuff is riding on us and this crazy things are insane. And we're being told that we are one of the only things that can stand in this way and face it. He probably saw a chance to try and prepare us for what was coming. He decided it was time to maybe intertwine our families, because even if it's just one of his siblings, one or two, at least they'll survive. But we need to be ready for it. If we go off that assumption, it might be easier. We can ask some other questions, right? So when it comes to Thierry, I mean, Thierry also pointed us in their direction,
Huh.
and he's our helper, right?
I mean, Terry's supposed to be arriving soon, so I mean,
I'd say the
we might be able to ask him some
previous
things.
generations were rebels, so
Yeah. Maybe some course correction was taken.
maybe.
Well, also keep in mind, apparently our, quote, initiation isn't how, well,
Standard.
yeah. Apparently it's supposed to be worse. Well, I mean, this definitely has been a terrible ordeal, so I mean, who knows? We might just be going through that initiation, from what Edric was mentioning.
Anyway,
This is
somehow
still initiation, you would assume?
he managed to summon the spirit of fear, right?
Yes.
That's the biggest thing we have. That kind of power is insane, and he gave up his own memories as the worst child to ever exist. Right? Whatever the hell that means, really.
I mean, I guess it depends on what he represents in a story.
Because he's trying to keep his family safe.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, everything leans more and more towards protecting his family. If he managed to get this drive, right? If one of his family members managed to get it, couldn't they levy that against the whole of vampire society or something and get them to protect his family? Maybe he got, and he wanted to lead that paper trail for his family so they would have a winning bargaining chip. Because we've seen that, like with Vincent and with a few others, they are cautious and they really don't want this. They're willing to go really far to get this thing. They have a whole society. I'm sure they have all kinds of people who are meant to go out and stop these incidents from happening. If you manage to level all of this power against vampire society, how safe would Adele be then? How safe would any of them be if they managed to have that?
How many groups do you think are after this information cache?
Is there anybody else who's after a hard drive or anything? Because now we know it's Dimitri. We now know it's all of these vampires. Who else? Is there anyone else who's looking for a hard drive or a data or stuff like that?
Something that's been bothering me. We've been chasing after these leads, after this paper trail left by the Adelards, right?
Yeah.
And there are others who are after this information cache. You don't think they might have maybe got rid of us?
Maybe
especially after the art gallery.
Yeah.
So why haven't we been attacked? Why hasn't anyone made a move against us? Are we that powerful?
Maybe it's like new money and old money. They really didn't seem, no offense, Tony, but when you did what you did, they seemed very confused about even our family's existence.
Yeah, but they weren't confused about the Vanderland's existence.
Yeah, they're confused about us.
Yeah, but Vanderlands have been making the presence known for who knows how long.
Exactly.
So what have the Red Race been doing?
Well,
I guess.
Have they just
somehow
been sleeping around?
No, definitely not. Most likely they're in the shadows. We're kind of, keep in mind, we're not exactly as brutishly strong as, like, let's say a werewolf or Garu or the Vanderlands.
You don't think
How do you think they would? Do you think you could run hand to hand against any of them?
I don't know, but I'm pretty confident in my ability.
I honestly would say that I think Hugo could fight a lot of people hand to hand. Sorry, bad joke. But
All right, then
In-
let me point this out. Henry,
Especially if we work together as a family.
maybe
Yeah,
as a
by the way, that-
family, but
We took down people in position. Daniel,
but
Vincent.
Eleanor, listen, I get
They
you, Hugo,
hold
but let
top positions of power. Weren't they leaders of the respective clans?
yeah, but
Or
Eleanor's probably trying to tell you that that's when we had the element of surprise and they didn't expect us.
we
That was the
so they
situation.
don't think their leader is just
I
gone
don't
missing?
have any reason to underestimate these vampires. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
We have fought them and failed a surprise attack against Daniel. And look what happened in that fight.
Yeah, you guys were Hugo. I'm gonna be real with you. When I saw you guys like that, it really fucked with me.
So then, during the VCA, you guys got the, well, act of surprise upon them, and look what happened. From what I saw, y'all didn't even look like y'all took a hit.
So was it the element of surprise, or we just that strong?
I think it was.
Let me say
You
this.
go.
It is preparation, understanding, and the element of surprise. That's what we're supposed to be doing as hunters. We're not supposed to be brute forcing our ways just because we have, like,
And
for
So
example,
no one expected
you
us to
have
be
super
at the
strength.
VCA.
All right. Let me say
I
this.
doubt anyone
In
expected us to.
Orlando-
I
Hold
doubt
on.
anyone
And-
expected us to
Hold on.
attack.
Let me say
In the first
this.
place.
Yes, that is correct. No one expects us to attack. But to keep in mind, Hugo, you have an incredible power. Like, we've all seen it. Like, you could run around and hell, you could box a Vandalin for what I've seen. But are you convinced you're the only one that has a power like that in the near future? What if you find someone else who suddenly
So
matches
there
you
are other
hand to hand?
hunters who could take out
Hunters.
leaders of clans.
Hunters. You're thinking a little bit
Well,
narrow.
Let's.
So you think other
Keep in
supernaturals are
mind,
just
the witch
keeping
took
to themselves, attacking others? What do you think? What are you getting at?
Forgive me, it's a bit exasperating, but I'll say this. The witch took all of us down with a single move and allowed Goliath to fight us. Yes, we had all that strength, but in the end, the strength amounted to nothing because in the end we lost the fight, didn't we? And as we're running away, we got peltered by mockery from the undead. I'll admit, not all of us were really in our
You
right
think-
minds or had awakened or gained
You
powers.
think the run-of-the-mill supernatural is as strong as one of them, who could take down
No,
a church in one blast?
no.
Let's return to our original topic before we
let's
go
be
too off
realistic
track.
on this. Yes, we're, I could probably say with some confidence, a strong family. We have quite an odd array, if I'm being honest.
We have persisted since the Dark Ages, the plague. Do you remember the letter Tony showed us?
Yes, but let me ask you this,
You
and I
think we
want you
could've
to
survived?
recall this, okay? Is any of our parents well known in this world? How many people can confidently say they knew your dad?
Well, to be frank, you haven't talked to many
Yeah.
people who can confirm and corroborate
true.
that. So that's rather
All right, I'll redact
a
that one then.
loaded question.
Okay, I'll
And
redact
here's
that one.
another thought for you. In a way,
Uncle
I suppose
John, though,
Hugo's
yeah.
point doesn't fall short. I mean,
It's true.
here's an interesting idea. When you first faced the witch and the Goliath, you were able to at least resist somewhat,
Mhm.
somewhat. But that was also your first real experience with the supernatural. Perhaps if you look at where you are now, the fight from the beginning would go very differently. Not to say it would be easy, but there would be more of a resistance, perhaps.
Mhm.
Secondly, on the terms of the supernatural, well, the Red Graves have existed since, at least since as far back as the letter seems to go. And if they have existed for that long, it seems that the Red Grave have invented a method for them to survive that long. They have some sort of tactic. It's not a coincidence. If we've been doing our jobs for that long, then it seems we have a successful track record to make it this far. What about other supernaturals then? Our family's history predates the existence of a vampire like Daniel, who said that he was only a few hundred years old. A few hundred years old is amazing, but is it as amazing as a bloodline that has persisted for half a millennia and longer, at the very least? If we've truly been hunters for that amount of time, there must be some tactics, knowledge, something we've developed that has given us an edge over our enemies. And at the very least, when it comes to power, at least Uncle John seemed to have had a power that, what perhaps if not equalizing Vanderlands, surpassed them in terms of individual fronts.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
the questions are loaded. Potential is there, yes. Can we refine said potential, and can we reach a place that is higher? It doesn't change the fact that we have no reputation. At least a lot of the others don't seem to recognize us. But is it because they don't recognize our parents? Or is it because they can't connect that our parents are related to us?
Yes. Now, let's think about something really important. I'll circle back to an earlier part of this topic before we say anything else.
Okay.
All right? You mind if I take the floor for a moment?
Yeah, I'm honestly need some water. I'm gonna
Okay, then.
sit down and actually I'm just gonna go
So
to the
Hugo.
fridge and get some water.
Okay, if you don't mind, can you grab me some soda? I had me and Adele picked up some.
Sure. I'll be back in a jiffy.
So, look, Felicia, Hugo. I acted rashly, and I don't regret what I did. I prove that I can at least step up when I need to. But we have to remember that was a suit and tie event, right? By doing that, we did draw attention to ourselves. I'm sure now, at least our alternate personas are going to have a reputation around here. What I'm saying is there was more than the element of surprise. There was societal restriction. Maybe the reason the Red Graves have stayed around so long is because they have done something that every smart animal does when it wants to live. It watches, it learns, and it maneuvers. Now, this might be some strange predatory instinct in the back of me telling me this, but even I can tell that these guys, these vampires, are not just raving beasts, and these cultists, or these Garu as they called themselves, proto shamans, that's culture. They have culture, Hugo. Meaning that they have customs, they have ways of moving around. They have to. I mean, think about it. If they can't even go out in the daylight, they have to have some kind of nightlife society, right? They need to find a way to pack everything in to those few hours they have. What I'm saying is the way that our parents most likely survived is by not drawing attention to themselves, by navigating, by listening, and by watching. And then they made their moves in the moments where they knew there were gaps in attention. A hunter should strike when there is the least amount of resistance. For instance, Tony, if it really came down to it, and you were told that there was a room full of 8 extremely powerful vampires, but you had the chance to kill one of them right there, but all 7 of them would know you exist and turn on you, versus biding your time and picking them off month after month, which one would you pick?
I'm gonna walk in here and bring you your soda and Adele's soda and then sit down. Water.
No,
Is he?
let me ask all of you.
Hmm?
I guess it's good. Let me ask all of you. Why exactly are we hunting?
That is a good question.
We've met vampires like Daniel who just, you know, like to keep to themselves.
Yeah.
Work from the shadows. Is that inherently evil? Are we hunting them because they're evil?
I
Because they use their gifts, their abilities to gain benefit?
That's not inherently evil in my opinion. I
See what
would
you're saying.
say
So,
the ones that would be more of something to hunt are the ones that threaten, well,
you know,
the
let me
current
rephrase that
course,
question.
I guess.
Let me ask each and every one of you.
Hmm.
Why are you hunting?
Ah,
I want to. I want to figure out what lies at the end of this road. I guess.
So you're gonna continue killing these supernaturals
I don't
until you find an end to means.
until I find a reason or something. It's not a great answer, but when I see you guys fighting and I see you guys getting hurt, it hurts. It hurts me more than fighting them hurts me.
I'll put mine as frank as I can. The reason I decided to become a hunter is mainly to acquire as much as I can, well, let's say information-wise. I like knowing things, but you can't really know things without hunting either.
So
So,
reason for
the
hunting
reason
is
I'm
knowledge.
hunting is for the sake of a better future, but also for knowledge. I mean, I am hunting as well to, like, help protect this
Can't you have a
family.
better future if you just live a normal life?
Now, what kind of future would that be?
A peaceful one?
It depends what information and knowledge I'm seeking. I think
Yeah, what knowledge are you seeking? What do you
I'm
wish to know?
seeking... Well, I guess power. Knowledge is power, after all.
Power? So, power is all that you're after?
Well, I've already told you, a part of the reason is to help protect his family. You're all I have left at this point, so I mean...
So you're chasing power to protect the family.
Yeah. But information is a key point in my perspective, so I mean, you could say I'm just chasing knowledge as well. It's perspective, I guess. What about yourself, though, Hugo?
The reason I'm hunting is because I feel a sense of duty. So does to this family, to protect and serve, to help others. Maybe I haven't done much helping in recent times, but that's the reason I became a doctor in the first place. To find a way to circumvent death so that others won't suffer as I had before. So when I heard about this other world, these creatures preying on other people, I felt a sense of obligation to help, to protect. That was my reason for hunting. To slay every single creature who might bring harm to this family.
That's fair.
But I've grown to learn that not all of them are evil, so to say.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Madame Cherie.
Exactly.
She seemed like she didn't choose this way of life.
She's definitely eccentric
So-
about living her life, though.
She's wonderful.
I would say that. In any case, I've began to reevaluate my position. Instead of killing everything I see in my path, anything that's not human, not normal, Maybe it's not a bad idea to make allies.
I agree.
To not just rely on all of you guys, on my strength alone.
Yeah.
I saw my future. I saw how empty and lonely I was chasing after power. And I don't think I want that. I don't think I want to become an all-powerful being, but with nothing to gain from it. Sure, I'll have power in the end. Maybe I'll be able to protect all of you from death.
Let me ask you
Yeah.
something. Would you prefer to have power or to have no power at all?
Now that's a very
I mean, forgive me
that's a
for
very
throwing that at you.
black and white statement.
It is.
Would you
It
rather
is.
be powerless or have no power at all?
No, it means, would you rather have the power to do something or not have the power to do anything? That would be the main question. But honestly, the obvious answer is people want power. But to say, like, well, I don't want to be, like, all that powerful, I
I don't
understand.
want it to consume me.
It should not. I agree. But at the end of the day, you're always going to meet an adversary where you're going to need strength to continue. And sometimes, maybe that strength isn't going to be enough. For us, we could say we could just rely on our family. But what if a day comes where you really don't have someone next to you in that split moment you need?
Then
That's...
I'll die fighting.
Well, I'd rather have a
Even
form
if
of
I have no
power.
power.
Like, I'm not saying I want to be some... How would I say it? All-powerful deity or something. But I would rather at least have enough strength to fight, or at least enough strength to get the hell out of there. That's how I see it.
So, with this talk, and with our previous topics, so what do you guys think on that agreement, though? We got to come to some kind of conclusion, or we have to continue to ask questions about what's happened so far?
Forgive me
You
on
haven't
exactly
told us
what?
why you're hunting yet.
Yeah, why haven't you hunted? Why isn't Tony hunted?
Now
What's
that
the
you
purpose here?
know your origins, do you still wish to continue this path? Do
I
you still wish to become an abomination, following the Vandalin path?
didn't look. I can't make an answer until I understand more, like we all do. And you have to admit that right now we need to look for information and figure things out. On one hand, my current issue is that I am imbalanced, and I will continue to, as Marina said, I might become a monster, I might self-destruct. I need to figure that out. I don't want to become a bomb waiting around in the corner to attack you all.
Henry. Usually I wouldn't mention this, but if it's what you think is best for yourself, I'll trust you on your word. When you can find that answer, I would like to hear that.
Okay, that means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Still. My answer got shaken up a bit by what we just saw, so I apologize. It was a lot.
Yeah, but let's exclude certain factors that might mess with your, well, factors of mess. Let's say, just for example, aggressive vampires, which you've been doing with. What would be your take on this? Like, why do you hunt?
If they're going to get in my way and attack people precious to me, or especially innocent people, then I have to do something. At the very least, I think I can agree on that front with Hugo. If you can do something and you have a good reason to, then you probably should. But at the same exact time, I've been impulsive, and it's ended up in a lot of pain for other people, and especially myself. That's how I ended up in this situation. So, I need to not be impulsive, and I need to figure things out, and I need to look. And at least before I leap. So, aggressive vampire, I'm not entirely sure until I see that situation. Because on one hand, I might want to observe, but I might not have the luxury of being able to watch that. Like, for instance, what if Hugo is pinned down by one of them, and I have to make a split decision of, is this an ally or is this a threat? And I'm obviously going to choose, I don't want Hugo to die or get hurt. I don't want that, especially after what happened at the club.
I
You
mean,
guys,
Henry, if I'm being honest, I don't think it's wrong for you to be a little bit, how would I say it? Aggressive in your stance on things. I mean, if it's instinctive of you to like go in and pick a fight because your gut instinct tells you, oh, well, I don't like that. I mean, it's better than someone who sits there and waits until something happens when they could have done something to at least help prevent it from happening, if you get what I mean.
yeah, but
There's nothing wrong
I'm
with
done.
that nature.
And I
Just
appreciate it.
Don't be too cautious if you're going to at least try to take a step back.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I've been a massive hypocrite, and that's what fucked me over bad. A lot of things. What I'm saying is I need to figure things out too, but
Yeah.
right now I want to see, and I agree with Hugo, I want to open my eyes a bit back to these supernaturals and see how things are going on. Because I think that if we encounter more like Daniel, if we encounter things like that, and heck, the
Think
great
of Daniel.
Oh,
Ever try and wake him up again?
at that,
Are you
there's
sure
a
you want to
moment where-
wake him up?
He's been sleeping for quite a while.
Do you
Okay.
think, has anyone fed him?
Well, I can't feed a sleeping corpse. I don't think it works
Right.
like that.
Well,
In any case,
if you wake him up, what do you think is
sappy
going to
talk.
happen?
Yeah.
We've been
Yeah, we've been here for a
getting
while.
a bit too emotional.
Let's hold off on waking him up until at least
Gary will
we
be coming in soon.
get a little bit more
He should be
information.
here right now. He's been a bit late.
But Hildegarson, what about Tony? What was your reason for wanting to hunt?
What?
I think Tony's sleeping. Maybe you should let him
No.
sleep.
No. Motherfucker.
I knew it.
We need to move this along, bro.
Yeah, we
This is
do.
torture.
Yeah, we were
do.
trying to
Yeah.
move along.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it this quick, short, and simple. Deadass.
All right.
It took me a while to figure out for my reasoning of hunting. For a long time, it's been protecting the family. It still is.
Mhm.
But after meeting someone like Daniel, finding the gray between the black and white, like beforehand, it was destroy all monsters. But that gave me the idea of what is a monster. Is Dimitri a monster? We don't know his goal. He's a piece of shit, yeah. We know his goal. Vanderlands, they're monsters in my eyes. They're piece of shits, yes, but we don't know their goal. But at the end of the day, I hunt for the fun of the game.
Hmm.
A lot of it recently has been this action-packed past few weeks. Honestly, the most my heart has ever beat. I recall back to the time to when I beat those 3 kids up.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Story for another day. I beat these 3 kids up to a pulp. But I felt nothing from it. Because they didn't fight back. There wasn't much there. Then Uncle John came, beat me down past a mere stoat. And in my own sadistic, masochistic tendencies, that was fun. And as we're fighting these supernatural beings, the stronger they get, the more entertaining it gets. The more I begin to learn, I gain the thirst for knowledge to suppress these beings. I gain the thirst of just how to fight everything here. That is my reasoning for fighting. Part of it, at least. I'm still trying to shave out the corners. Other than just for it to be fun.
Thank you, Tony, for
Yeah.
your
I
thoughts.
trust me, I was done right there. I was done right there. Like I said, I'm keeping that shit
All
short,
right,
bro. We
yeah.
got other
I'm-
to attend to.
I think I'm
Please.
giving Thierry a call. Let me call him. Real quick.
Please.
We're probably at
Please.
2 hours
I'm
in.
literally keeping that shit
Yeah, dead ass. Please just call
Yeah.
him.
2 hours in.
For
Yo,
2
deadass,
hours.
I just took a nap.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I literally texted Terry Coach. I locked the fuck out because I fucking died.
I felt it too.
No, I clocked out. No, I was listening. Obviously, I was listening because I was making comments.
No, same here.
My-
No, same here. I was
Come on,
listening
they're
as well, but
recording it, man.
I was so locked the fuck out. I'm just like, bro. Like I heard Mork ask me a question. I'm just like, bro, I'm just not gonna answer it, bro.
Well, pause for a second.
Yeah.
You know, just as you're having a discussion, you hear the door open, and you see Thierry peeking in. He takes one look at all of your faces, and he's like, "Huh, wrong time, I guess. Sorry about that," and closes the door back up.
Mother.
We come back!
He wrestles the door shut. No thanks. It seems like it'll be troublesome. I think I'm just gonna go back home.
Thierry, get back here. Can I forcibly drag him into the living room?
Oh my god. Terry, please
Sure.
come back here.
Come here.
Please.
Sit down.
I don't want to have to go
Please
into another
hurry, Henry
mission
looks
to try to
restless.
regain your trust.
We went around in circles. Like, can you please offer some clarity, please?
Oh, I knew it was gonna be annoying when I got that phone call. You realize it's the middle of the night, right? Why would
yes.
you call me at this time?
You can sleep over here. Don't act so dramatic. Come on. Have a
I
spare
don't
bed.
sleep here, actually. I have my own house. In fact, I thought I was gonna get lucky tonight.
Well, you can get lucky with one of us.
Hell no. I'd rather die. You know, matter of fact, I'll chop it off right now.
Wait, Honorary. We need more men in this family. Come on.
Okay. All right. Enough
We can give you Carl.
with the jokes. Let's get down to business. That's why you're here, Thierry. You know more about this family than all of us combined, I presume.
Subjectively, maybe, perhaps. It's hard to say.
Stop giving me these non-answers. You are the family's helper, right? Let me ask this question first. How long have you been helping the family?
About 40 years.
What the fuck? How old are you?
Well,
know
better
what the
question
day
is,
over-
how old has your dad been helping the family?
Let's see here. My dad's been around for what, 80 years?
And how long has he been helping the family in those 80 years?
All of them. That's his. Those are his years of service.
So you're saying you're 40?
Hey, don't ask me my age. Don't be rude.
Hey, you're not a lady. There's no reason to be formal.
Answer the damn question.
I refuse. No, this is my privacy.
Okay. Last time we invaded your
Fine, I won't
privacy,
cry.
we got a whole flashbang to the eyes. But I think we can make the assumption, family.
All right.
It's okay. Who's next? Come on, hurry up.
That should be.
I don't have to start. That's you, Hugo.
Carl. No, I did ask him a question already.
Good.
Carl,
Honorary.
you have a question?
Actually, Thierry, you've been around for 40 years. How much do you know in pertains
Roughly.
to? Okay, 40
Oh,
years,
can you hear me?
quote unquote.
Oh, we can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
How much do you know in pertains to these vows and oaths that our family has a habit of making?
Repeat that.
I'm talking Thierry, not you.
Oh, my bad. My mic died.
Oaths and vows, is it? Well, they are a power and privilege only reserved for the main family. Unfortunately, I'm not part of the main family. So, it comes down to secrets passed down from father to son.
Ah,
Unfortunately, you lot did not inherit the knowledge of your forebearers, so you're rather lost in the dark. But one thing's for certain, you've been using them the wrong way. Oaths are meant to be tethers that give you motivation to live. You know, a lot of people go through life without a purpose. They're on a ship sailing on the vast sea without a direction. Such a person is worthless. Such a person is wasting their life. The Redgraves believe that they need a direction, they need purpose in their life for it to have meaning. And so they make oaths to tether themselves to a place so that they have somewhere to go to or somewhere to return to. Vows, on the other hand, are a weapon to be used against the supernatural, or rather, it can be said to be a way of speaking to the world. This was explained to you in your inauguration, I'm sure.
I see. All right.
Alta, you go next.
Oh,
Motherfucker just pulled up.
Oh, is it my turn?
I mean,
Mhm.
it's whoever really wants to.
It's in the order.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's in the order, but go ahead.
I
It's
had
in
to
the
jump
order,
the order
yeah.
since someone was talking.
oh, okay. Man. Thierry, is there anything you know about Magadon, perchance? Something more than a bit surface level.
Am I tripping or did you not ask a question?
He
I
asked
did.
about Magadon.
You want me to repeat what I said?
Yeah, sorry, repeat yourself.
Okay.
Okay, I thought he was talking shit. I'm not.
Honestly, I was confused too.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep going.
Thierry, is there anything other than the surface level information about Magadon you can provide me with?
What do you consider surface level information here?
Easily researchable on the internet would be my criteria.
Mundane.
Yes, mundane. Something that people won't bother checking.
Well, difficult to say, really. I mean, well, I can say that Magadon is definitely involved in the supernatural. A big company like that does not go down so easily. The scandals were very much targeted. Now, you might imagine, well, a big company being targeted and taken down by its rivals doesn't exactly scream supernatural. That's just normal business acumen. But the way in which said information came to light is interesting. You see, supernaturals aren't just ancient old myths, they adapt to modern life, and some of them are quite interesting computer whizzes. You see, they're very good at maneuvering and manipulating the digital web. Information warfare. easy to find and access information and cause scandals. Other than the fact that Magadon seems to have been, well, shall we say, attacked by supernaturals to expose themselves and be destroyed. It comes down to a certain extent of finesse. You see, for a supernatural group to be interested in targeting Magadon, they must be dealing with another supernatural faction. Either they are a faction, they are the pawn of a faction, or they retrieved information relating to a faction. Information so important, perhaps, or a relation so important that it warranted their destruction. More information than that, unfortunately, I am not able to share. Magadon has been quite secretive of its internal affairs. You see, with the scandal released to the public, their records are becoming public, but the rate at which those records are coming out leads me to believe they have been tampered with. So, it is likely that the scandals you see all over the news this last year have been carefully planted to seem plausible enough, but likely do not contain the truth of the matter. Am I making sense?
Yes.
More information than that, specifics, will require infiltrating Magadon, but unfortunately, that is all but impossible. Not because it is impossible to work there, but because of all of its affiliates, all of its parentage groups, all of its foundations crumbling to ash. It is a sinking ship, sinking in 5 different locations. You can barely find a foothold, much less one strong enough to seek information. Think about it. All of its resources are being plundered and shared across all of its affiliates. It is quite literally a self-eating Ouroboros. Finding anything worthy of value in that would require somebody who can walk through a tempest.
Mm. Mm.
However, it is quite interesting that Magadon Trust, the bank, is still up and running. One might argue it is an affiliate, but it seems to me that the bank would be very familiar with its parent company's dealings. Perhaps all of the money that's been missing in a few accounts will pass through Magadon Trust.
And conveniently, a few documents could end up in deposit boxes by accident during moving, correct?
Sure, plenty of things can be lost in accounting.
Hmm.
Wait, Henry, a question?
All right. This is an odd one, but so I've been looking, and I learned a little bit about these Garu, and my condition seems similar. And so, would you happen to know if there are any what they call spirits running around?
Huh? What are you on about, kid?
All right. Sorry, I'll change my questioning different. Uncle Paul said he didn't know who I am. He said Hermes didn't have a child.
He looks at you confused. Of course he didn't have a child. What's your point?
I'm Hermes's child.
Thierry looks at Hugo. Hey, have you been giving the kid crack? What the fuck is he talking about?
I think he's a bit confused about his heritage, so to say. So there's no record of Hermes having a child.
No, Hermes had no children. That was his condition for joining the Red Graves.
Oh. Fascinating.
And where did
Indeed it
I?
was. And he did not make a normal oath, if that's what you're wondering. He was under the portents of a vow. Should he
Oh.
break that vow, he would have died. A very terrible death, mind you. I could never make something like that. I mean, can you imagine not being able to have children? It's the point of being a man.
Was Dad's slow death because of that?
What?
Questions. Henry. I have memories of you, right? You seem very
Ye-
real to me.
Yeah.
You think they might be fabricated?
I
You think you might be an illusion?
don't think I'm an illusion.
Well, that's your answer. So don't act all gloomy because you might not be a child.
But
It could always
We
be
saw-
adopted.
Wait. I'm incredibly confused. So the kid believes he's Hermes's child. Is that what I'm getting?
Yes.
we saw a
Yeah.
whole thing through it with when
Well-
Adele showed us the book. You guys saw me.
We never saw a child.
Shit. You
Or
kids
an
are
infant, I
way
should say.
worse than I thought. The Redgraves might be doomed.
It might be zero. I have no clue, but. Another mystery to look forward to, I guess. Who's next? Technically, Alien I've already asked the question, but
Yeah, I'm
Go
holding
ahead.
off until Tony.
all right, holding on. Okay, and
Hey.
I'll go ahead. Tony,
Hey, Henri, a little side question here, buddy. You know, my mouth has been feeling something quite sore. After homeboy munched all the bullets. Do you have someone that
Oh.
could possibly help me with my teeth?
That would be nice.
Maybe an alien or two if she's filling up to it.
I would actually be up for that.
You know, am I supposed to know everybody in this town?
Yes.
Point
Who
me
the
into
hell do you
some
think
type
I
of
am?
direction.
The guy who knows people.
Direction? Alright, don't you know a dentist?
We know a dentist, but look at my teeth, man. They're pretty fucked up.
If a dentist can't fix you, what the fuck am I going to do?
I don't know.
Our Noah guy
Some
doesn't know a guy.
magic-
Listen.
Brisket.
I think we're functioning under a profound misunderstanding here. Listen, you know, I'm a helper. I'm not a damn miracle worker, okay? Can't do shit like that. I have limited talents.
All right, fine.
You're lucky. I do happen to know a dentist, but it's rude of you to assume.
That's why I asked instead of saying, tell me.
I don't know. I would take it as a form of respect.
You shut the hell up.
I appreciate it, Henri.
Speaking
I'm
of which,
sure,
why
I'm sure
is he
Carl...
the one asking about teeth? Yours are fucked up too.
I was gonna
You
get
look
to
like
that
a
after.
fucking clownfish.
Oh, I see how it is.
You'd think the woman would be the one asking about her appearance first. God damn, this family's backwards.
I was gonna ask after anyways.
Hang on.
After what? After every man rejected you? God damn.
Oh, I'm not in the negatives yet.
Hang on, Jerry. We have Carl here. On top of the dentist fees, he'll tip you pretty damn nice.
You're foisting the cost on the kid? To be fair, he ain't a kid, but come on. What a bunch of bums.
Okay.
All right.
Should I ask him?
Hold on, I'll ask. Speaking of context, do you have anyone else that we could possibly meet up with in regards to, like, maybe getting some information? For example, for myself, maybe digging into sorceries or magic or anything? Or at least have someone who
Hey,
can maybe
firstly,
talk.
it ain't your fucking turn to speak.
What do you mean?
Secondly, why are we assuming I know people again?
I just have a profound amount of faith in you.
Move that shit up your ass. I'm not religious.
I would have caught on ass.
You try believing in God when you live next to a fucking prostitution ring. The only thing I believe in is the power of cocaine. You'd be surprised what crackheads are capable of. I'm telling you, it's a supernatural thing.
Alright, take note of that.
Fuck, you ever see a mage on LSD? God
Ew.
damn, that's a trip.
Actually sounds interesting.
I'm sorry that you had to go through that, Thierry. Do you want some? We have some schnapps. We have some booze if you want some.
Hey, you back away, freak. Don't think I forgot what kind of piece of shit you are. And you're a Vanderbitch, too. Who knows what you're capable of?
Alright, enough bantering.
Alright, so
Let's
do
get down
you
to business
know
again.
anyone by chance, or is that a no?
He told you he doesn't, but maybe.
Repeat your question. I wasn't listening.
Okay. Do you know anyone who knows a fair deal more about the supernatural world, especially those that might know things about magic? K or C? I believe that's what was mentioned long ago.
My fucking god. Here we go again with you weirdos. You know, I used to have a lot of friends, but then your uncle went and blew up the fucking building. I don't know where they are now. Unfortunately, I can't help you there. And I imagine if I did still know them, they'd try to hang me. Since, you know, I was the one who kind of told your uncle where the hell they lived. So that one's on me, I guess.
Who's the they, though?
Alright.
Or is that a secrecy thing?
Hang on. Can we figure out where the previous place was blown up?
Interesting question, actually. Well, they had a chapter house. I think it was in the French Quarter.
French Quarter, okay.
Not far from Bourbon Street, actually.
I'll take note of that then.
Well, it's not there anymore, so it won't do you any good. Besides,
Remnants of
if my
some-
house got blown the fuck up, I'd get the hell out of Dodge and stay the fuck away from there. Like a reasonable person.
But that's under the account that you're reasonable. Insane.
Only reasonable people survive.
I mean,
If those dumbasses went back there, well, they got what's coming to them.
fair enough.
Gary,
Alright.
Oh.
Alright, Gary. Since, you know, we don't have any existing family left, I think. Do we have any inheritance we need to deal with? Did we gain anything? Do we need to hire lawyers? Any estates, properties, houses?
Well, the legal side isn't really my forte, but I do happen to know somebody who has been in charge of dealing with family fortunes for a while. Now, whether they actually know what's going on is a different story. You see, you kids have been kind of stupid. Uh, Nobody remembers any of you, considering all of you supposedly died in Violet's fire.
Wait, what?
Nobody went out there to reconfirm their identity, so they assume you are among the list of casualties. So, legally speaking, you're dead. You have been for about a month or so.
We need to prove our. Yeah, that's a big problem.
That will make sense. Do you have any government connection that could help us sort out this mess?
Actually, I might.
I'm getting tired of these assumptions.
I might know someone on that regard, but I'll talk
Wait.
to them soon.
Hugo, you have someone we can talk to.
You do? Hugo?
I do.
You do. The same person who could cover us being at the hospital. The same person who could make people sign NDA waivers.
So here's a problem with that little thing. You see, whether you have somebody corroborate your identity we have a secondary problem. You see, red graves are related to a lot of real estate, right? And there's a lot of retail tax on those,
Oh,
well, properties. Combine that with the fact that all of them are insured. All of you dying in a mysterious fire and then suddenly coming back would be a pain in the ass for the insurance companies. In fact, I'm willing to wager you'd all be investigated for insurance fraud.
Well, except for Carl, as he wasn't there beforehand. Don't
Well,
Yeah.
they
have-
don't know that, do they?
But where was he staying prior?
He was out of state, but all of the houses and homes of the Redgraves are recorded in Violet. Those are permanent places of residence, and your legal ownership is in your will. In fact, if you remember, the Redgraves, as a gift, rather luxurious, if you ask me, and kind of bogus, leave every single member of the Redgrave family an estate to their name. It has your name, and it has it placed in the will as belonging solely to you.
okay.
Now that the others have been confirmed dead, legally, those all will transfer to you. And the insurance for getting the will in such an untimely fashion is extraordinary. The companies in this case, aren't going to want to pay out those massive cash deposits. So, hence my suspicion that she'll be investigated.
What a pain in the ass. If only we had you helping us, wouldn't you say, in the beginning?
I'm actually glad for it. I do not want to be part of this.
He makes a fair point.
Anyway, in any case.
Well,
Gary, you know a lot about traditions and stuff about Redgraves. Do you know our purpose? The Redgraves we're fighting for?
You sure you want to know this now?
What is it? Bad if we know it now? Want to give us guidance?
Well, that depends on your perspective of good and bad.
Well, at least as family head, I should know. So I know where to lead this family. don't want to be rebels like the previous generation, you know? Steer us back on the right track.
Do I need to pause or something?
No.
Okay.
I'm just contemplating how I'm supposed to say this.
Okay.
Well, there is no easy way to answer this, but if I were to give it in a brief summary, the Red Graves are, true to their name, the protectors of the path to the afterlife. That's not to say we're reapers or anything, but rather we protect a piece of something and we make sure that everyone can have a restful afterlife, if possible. Speaking of which, don't have some rosy view of the afterlife like heaven or whatever the hell else. That shit is not real. You see, the afterlife is a piece of fucking shit. You think the real world is bad? Nope, 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 nope. The afterlife's 100,000 times fucking worse. And let me tell you, spirits in the afterlife are the easiest supernatural to interact with. No, I suppose I shouldn't say easiest. They're the most abundant of all supernaturals, which means they are the ones that most people end up interacting with. You know all those stories of people saying they see ghosts? Well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The Red Graves are keepers of the grave, hence the name. But much more than that, we are a group that protects a very special grave. A grave most important. The name of our order, some might refer to it as a clan, is Mortis Divinitatis. The divinity relating to death and the beyond. We are the caretakers of paradise, or paradise that may have been. In fact, the founding principle, the symbol of us Red Graves, is not even the asphodels themselves. The asphodels are something that are used as an adornment. In actuality, the emblem is a scabbard upon which are the engravings. Promise of a desolate future. That is the true nature of Red Graves. Though I suppose it's only explained in words. To truly understand it, you'd have to experience it yourself. And the only way to do so is to become true Red Graves. Something that I cannot tell you about.
Thank you for offering some clarity.
I'm not done. There's something else you must know. Since there are no elders left to teach you, it falls to me now. The family cannot function without positions. A tool set without dedicated tools is useless. The family head is, as its name says, the head of the family, a leader, a vision, a light in the darkness. Everyone that surrounds the Lord has a purpose, a function that they must fulfill. All of these functions are written on the Tabula Escarina. It is a document detailing, well, the positions of the family. I brought it with me today. Why don't you take a look?
Let's see. Prefectus, Vigile, Hostess, Ossuary, Archivist, Inquisitor. These are all roles of the family.
Interesting.
Everyone should have a position, so to say.
Indeed. Well, some positions might need an explanation. The Dominus Sepulchri is you, of course. Lord Redgrave, the head of the family.
Hmm.
The Praefectus Vigile is the head hunter, the leader of all hunters of the family. The Custos Ossuary is the keeper of the ossuary. The keeper of the crypt. The Redgrave's territory are graves. The Custos Ossuary is the keeper of all Redgrave gravesites. These are places where not only the family are buried, but they are reliquaries of great import that must be protected from other supernaturals, or rather, put to rest so that they do not become calamities for others. When great tragedies happen, they leave behind a cloaking darkness that infects the people around them. That's why, when great tragedies occur, we don't build around those spots, because that negativity infects like a plague. It is an important position that no one here can yet fulfill, for the Red Graves right now have no territory. Not anymore. The Archivum Cineris. It is the archivist, the lore keeper, the one who catalogs traditions, changes, and meticulously governs all information passing through the era. Knowledge becomes outdated, but knowledge also becomes lost, not because it is forgotten, but because it fades into the obscurity of the mystical worlds. The archivist must make sure to keep as much information as possible. Macustus Juramenti, the rule keeper, inquisitor of the family. You've all made oaths, have you not?
Mhm.
How do we remain certain that you will keep to your oaths? That is the duty of the inquisitor. If anyone breaks the oath, they will hunt them down and desecrate them. They are also high judge. They will be the ones who decide your fate upon breaking the oath. And only the head of the family has a say that is equal to that vote. The Praeco Porteratum is the Chamberlain, Herald of the Gates, the one in charge of most affairs in the family. How does the family sustain itself? What is their connection to other supernaturals? How are these things cataloged? This is the Chamberlain's duties. They are keeper of both lock and key. And of course, the Oracle, a mystic of the family who protects the family against unseen threats. The rest are sub-position. The title for the heir Redgrave is Eris Umbrae, the Child of Shadows, the heir of shadows, the successor born in darkness. The Custodes Lucerne are junior enforcers under the direction of the head hunter. They are any allies of the family and need no blood relation. The Vidue Atrate are the sworn in council, people who are not blood connected to the family, but are accepted and sworn in as family members all the same, whether it be through marriage or an oath. Magister Ferry, the arms holder, the one in charge of all weapons of the family and keeping the armory safe. Medicus Noctus, the physician who is meant to keep you lot alive. They deal with more than that, but that's not important right now. We have Cantor Mortis, a very important position, the liturgist. This is the one who speaks the holy traditions of Redgrave. That will be me in this regard.
Okay.
Nuntius Umbre are the infiltrators. These are allies that are not part of the family, but are allies that we make a part of other factions. We used to have quite a few of those, but it was ruined by the last generation. There are more positions, of course, but for now, these are all the relevant ones. You will decide amongst yourself who fits in what position. It's the authority of the head of the family to decide if they can fulfill their positions.
Yes.
So,
I think some positions are self-explanatory. I have some. I have candidates for most of the head positions in mind already. So, with future family discussions, we'll make a decision shortly. All right, who's next? Ask questions.
Thierry, I was told by Tony that there have been disappearances of children lately, or I think it's been going on for years. Do you know the areas where they're doing this?
Wow, what a question. I mean, you might as well ask me to find a needle in a haystack. Kids disappear all the time. For a variety of reasons. You've forgotten where we live?
Yeah.
The answer is everywhere.
You're right.
You get one more question. Do you have a question?
Might as well try to ask it again. So, my last question. What do you know about Hell's Mud trading?
I know nothing. And that's the end of that question.
Understood.
Who's next? Eleanor, got any questions?
No. Mine have already been answered
Right,
for the time being.
Carl, Tony, any questions?
No.
Carl, no questions? Damn, I'll ask questions then. Thierry, what do you know of the Smiling Man or
Actually,
the
there's
Smiling Lord?
I know nothing.
Eleanor, did you ask your question?
No. If you know something, I
Tricky
can't
answer.
ask my thing.
That's, Uncle Paul, in his last moments, gave me this signet. What can I do with it?
It's a symbol of the head of the family. Look, it even has our epistical mark, the scabbard and the asphodel on the ring. If you're wondering what it's used for, I think you already know. One of you has already shoved something in their chest before.
Ah.
I see, so I have to insert it in myself. You know what? With pleasure. I take the signet off my neck and place it inside of me.
No hesitation.
It does take up a spot, though you don't feel any different. If anything, it feels like it was always meant to be there.
There we go, Turco G.
Feels comfy. Can I now access the true House of the Red Waves?
It'll come on its own. Unfortunately, you need to wait for a full moon, which isn't until, well, 2 weeks from now.
Oh.
Okay, no problem. You know, we've met vampires, werewolves, fairies.
Fair.
I mean, fays. So, someone who
You
took
have?
over. The one who took over Milan's body, Michael.
We haven't
You
really
say he was
met
a
him.
fae?
Did you meet Milan?
We know of them. I'm just saying, we know of these beings. Are there any we're missing?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you try to find out every supernatural, you'd be here all day. It's like me sitting down and asking you, well, do you know every animal that exists? Extinct, not extinct? It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, then, name the big ones that might pose a threat to us.
Every one of them.
Well, better get to writing then when you have free time.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Bruh.
You're kind of useless. What happened? You were so helpful in the past. you
Ain't no way you said that to
I think
Litter.
you're the one who's useless. I mean, think about it. The whole of VCA only happened because I was the one who helped you. If you ask me, you should all just quit and let me become the hunter. Aren't you embarrassed? The hunter's helper being the only reason you succeeded? At the very least, I think Uncle John would be rolling in his grave.
now that you mention it, why don't you join us, Thierry?
Oh, please. I wouldn't want to put you out of business. You're already embarrassing enough. I wouldn't want to embarrass you anymore. That'd be a crime against humanity.
He's a mug bastard. Whew. You know, once I've got.
Hey. You're the one asking me for information. Consider your position here,
correct.
boyo.
Don't you get paid? What is this? Backhanded.
Have you
Actually,
paid me? If I remember, all of you bums are broke. The only one with any money is that kid over there. You're all mooching. Aren't you embarrassed?
He has a point.
no.
Look, I have money saved up because.
Where? In the bank account you can't access because you're dead?
Fucking pub. Gonna kill this man. Anyway, please stop.
Thierry.
Run out of steam, have you? Some sort of family head you are. Jesus. You need to be whipped into shape, boy.
Oh boy.
Anyway, I use biocontrol passively to
Hold on.
calm my nerves.
Thierry, while you may not know about the Smiling Man, do you know anyone that usually has...
seeing this? He's using his powers to stay calm.
I can't look, bro. I might actually laugh in character.
Wait, did he actually fucking roll for that?
No,
You didn't
he's
roll,
doing
but
it.
because
Oh,
it's an
oh.
He's doing it.
action, you get to do it.
Oh.
It's funny.
So we can see
Yeah, you can
his
see it.
veins like
You can
moving
see him
around.
tensing. He looks like a squeezed lemon.
Oh, I was looking for something real
No.
quick in a different session. Go.
God damn it, I looked. Alright, after forcing back a laugh. Thierry. God, fuck. I'm aware that you say you don't know anything about the Smiling Man, but do you know anything about his, monikers or people that have been associated with him?
You know, I thought I made it very clear. But in case you didn't get the memo, don't ask me about the Smiling Man. I told you I don't know anything.
Okay.
Understandable. Okay. You know, you don't proclaim yourself a holy man, right, Thierry? So, how did you get your hands on holy water, so to say? For the VCA.
We'll call that a trader's secret, yeah?
Okay, fine. Keep your secrets to yourself, but if we need maybe like a gallon or so, are you able to provide?
Sure, but holy water carries a spiritual imprint. Carrying it around all the time can be rather suspect if the right supernatural is looking.
Mhm.
Understandable. All right, anyone else have any questions?
Nope.
Thierry, how would you go about unproclaiming us as dead? You said that you had a legal friend that would assist us, that could assist us. Yes.
I mean, as long as you show up and have proof of your identity, they're likely to accept it after doing a minor investigation. The main problem comes after you've been confirmed to be alive. Don't you think that the police are gonna come to question you about what exactly it is that happened in Violet? Or perhaps there are other groups that are interested in that information that you aren't aware of. Combine that with some of the legalities of the situation. For example, the great amount of estates individually in each of your names, insurances, and all this other stuff. And everybody and their mother is going to be gunning for you.
Hmm.
Do you
Not yet.
Never mind.
I have a question about our guardian of the family. This Goliath. He was supposed to be our guardian, but the night of the incident, he was against us.
Yeah.
Could you explain more about that situation and the Goliath in general?
Goliath. That's what you people call it? Wow, you really are uninformed. Well, the family's guardian isn't really something normal. It's, shall we say, a dream that's been passed down. A dream to protect us. A fascinating dream, to be sure. A dream we received as a gift for helping out a certain group of royalty back in the day. And in doing so, the Guardian has become stronger and stronger until it is, right now, an unbeaten super legend. Now, here's where things get interesting. It follows only the rules of the family, and those are objective rules, not subjective ones. So your fancy little set of rules that you made for the family are not counted. The previous generation of Redgraves, your family, must have done something against the code of the family itself, and in doing so, pissed it the hell off, to the point where it decided to start over.
Start over.
As in, kill everybody and start over.
Oh. Then the one that was
No.
helping it, that I guess we could call her a mage or something.
The witch.
Witch.
He looks confused again.
There was a
What are you talking about? The family's guardian acts on its own.
yeah, but there was
Needs no partner.
a woman that was working with it. She seemed to have some authority over it.
Woman? What did she look like?
She had a cover on, but I can tell you she was carrying a cleaver. She was
got
a
a
bit
cleaver.
kind of quiet. She was seeking something. And,
She
well,
yeah.
she was strong enough to suppress every single one of us in one fell swoop. And, well, kill one of our own.
What the hell? That's not normal.
Yeah. My dad and everyone else probably thought the same thing, too. Pretty sure she wiped out all of them.
No, but even then, it shouldn't be possible for that many Redgraves in one spot to fall like that.
Yeah.
That's a little bit strange. Well, I suppose their powers might have turned against them considering they were traitors. The Guardian cannot attack the family if they did not break laws of the family.
Wait, so let's say, for example, the vows. If they're a traitor and they make a vow, would it turn against them too?
If you betray the family and you're officially ousted from the family, then you are not capable of making oaths or vows.
Let's see.
They will devour you.
Oh.
Unfortunately, because the entirety of the previous generation were traitors, nobody could oust each other out because they were corrupted from the very roots.
Okay, so that's what happened.
So they found a
Yes.
loophole to keep themselves in check. And because of this, they couldn't be punished directly. It is highly likely that this witch individual is one of the ancient Redgraves of some kind, or perhaps an outside force that was brought in to mete out more, shall we say, direct punishment.
She was looking for the blessed land. Know anything about this?
It probably has a correlation. Traitor or anything.
I can't say anything about the blessed land right now. Know that it is the most important thing to the Redgraves. It exists, it's real. And right now, if I speak to you about it, all of you will die.
Then let's keep that bit quiet.
I do not mean that something will kill you. I mean, hearing the information will actually cause you to die.
Noted.
All right, so better keep it to yourself then.
Do we
I'm
need
assuming
to?
only.
Do we need to worry currently about that Goliath? Or would it just be done because
Well, if the Guardian is attacking you all, then that means you must have broken some sort of family rule.
Hmm.
Until such time you are able to rectify this to the main house, it will continue to pursue you and try to kill you.
I see.
We were told we drank one of the Red Grave's blood, Edric.
Etrix, yeah.
That had maybe have anything to do with it?
What the fuck?
It was
You drank the High Lord's blood? Why the fuck would you do that?
we didn't know it was his.
It was our parents who.
They just
told
said it
us
was
to
some
drink.
vampire. It was some
Oh my
ritual.
God, no wonder you people are being hunted down. Which one of you drank the blood?
All of us except Carl.
Yeah.
Listen. Then I suppose our main goal should be trying to get to the Red Grave main house. We need to rectify this mistake as soon as possible. If we are not able to do this, then I'm afraid all of you are going to die. The Guardian is not something that can be so easily put down. If it is hunting you, it will do so relentlessly, and it cannot die, it does not get tired, it needs no rest, sleep, and it becomes stronger as time passes. It has protected us for a great many years. Its power is unquestionable. And while you all are gifted in your own rights, you can't keep fighting forever, especially when there are so many other enemies knocking at your door.
That's true.
Right?
Why is it exactly not attacking us like at this time? Like, wouldn't it be able to already find us?
It's likely something has interfered with its path.
Oh,
Reese took down one of the Goliaths, so I would assume that's why it isn't chasing us right now.
remember Uncle John
Yeah,
fought
okay.
one too. I mean, the thing that was chasing us and won.
Yeah, because he was a traitor, so I would assume yes, fought it before.
Hmm.
Thierry, I have a question. What do you know the goals or what these vampires are after?
That's extremely difficult to say. I mean, seriously, that's like asking me what humanity's after. How would I be able to answer that? I mean, every person is different.
Yeah.
Every person has different wants. Every different group has different wants. And then again, I don't know that much about vampire society. I mean, listen, I'm not a bloodsucker. And they're pretty secretive about their society.
So each group wants a different thing.
Well, that's ironically how everyone
Do you
is.
understand? Why do werewolves then travel in packs?
Why do wolves travel in packs? It's because it's more necessary, more needed for survival. It's the pack instinct. I should be asking you why the humans travel in groups. Do you hear yourself?
Just trying to get a bigger picture of what exactly they maybe want. why they would stay in groups. Well, yeah.
Like I said, it's extremely difficult to say, but a few things can be estimated. You see, vampires have an unrelenting lust for power and control. It is their vice, and different vampires have different vices. I know of a few, of course, not relevant right now, but essentially it comes down to this: vampires can devour each other to gain even greater power. Cannibalism, if you will, but this cannibalism is socially frowned upon in their society. That doesn't stop them from engaging in it, though, just like it doesn't stop other humans from murdering each other. It's illegal, but people still do it. They just don't blabber on about it. So, once you are born a vampire, you are destined for the fate of being below the master who sired you. Think of it like a pack of chewing gum. You take the original piece of gum, you take a tiny piece of it, and you have, well, less. Then take that tiny piece and then split it again, and so on and so forth. It becomes thinner as time goes on. The only way to do so is to go back and devour the original and ingest them inside of you. Doing so gives you more when you were less. But the problem is, it sometimes drives them insane. Maybe? Perhaps. I've only seen it a few times, though. Now, a vampire of great power was revealed recently. You all fought it, of course, though it was heavily restricted, I do imagine. It comes down to this. You see, the more powerful vampire is, the more influence it has over those that came after it. That one is a particularly ancient monstrosity, or a fragment of it, potentially. I know little, but I know a little bit of a little bit. That's why I can tell you that everybody in this city is either thinking one of two things if they're a vampire. The first is fear, quaking fear at one of their elders being here. You see, unlike, you being happy at seeing your parents, when they see their parents, they see death. Because these aren't no jolly, loving parents. They're food. You see, the more powerful a vampire is, the less likely it is able to just sate its hunger on humans. Sometimes it specifically needs its children's blood. Rather finicky curse, that one. And, well, you can imagine what that would do to the people who are the children of said vampire. They don't want to be food, so they have to resist or hide. Most of the time it's hide, because, well, Big Daddy is way stronger than the little child, right? But sometimes the little child manages to get the drop off on Big Old Daddy. And when they do, they can devour it and gain immense power. Some in this city are questioning if that is a possibility. While some see it as fear, others see it as an opportunity. Such is the way humans are too, right? Different people have different perspectives on the same matter. But that's not the only thing. Think about it. You all took down said vampire, even if temporarily, and also fought Evangeline in public. They're all excited about you, trying to find you. And they know that out there is a powerful group of hunters that can fight on that level of power. Or so they think. Whether it's true or not doesn't matter. Their fear has come to life. So not only is there elder in the city, but there is also a powerful group of hunters capable of fighting. So, think about what fear they must be feeling right now. The cautious ones will seek out information to try and use you. The more brash ones will want to confront you directly. And the most sly and manipulative will see you dance to their tunes without you even catching a whiff. Are you trying to get my point?
Yeah.
I understand. So we've been playing into the little game, I suppose, ever since that incident. Hmm. How do we get stronger, Thierry? In the battle with the Sumitsi, I felt my psychic power boost to a unsupportable amount. You know why that might have happened?
That was likely a temporary effect caused by the presence of that thing. I mean, think about it. You know about fight or flight, right? When you're in a situation where you might die, your body kicks into overdrive. Well, the thing you are facing is such a dangerous thing. It is a natural predator to all of humanity. Your body was merely acting in accordance to that. It's not easily capable of being replicated. But it shows a portent of what it is you are actually capable of. Your potential manifested.
Thank you.
Hmm.
I have a question about werewolves and how they draw their power from spirits. You have any extra information on that? What is a totem? How do I draw power from that? Why do I? They are traveling in packs, right? So, where would their home be located?
Again, that depends. You're asking such vague questions. It's like asking me where a human would live. Well, I can tell you. Some people live on the streets, some people live in the forest, some people live in these big concrete buildings, some people live underground. The answers are endless, Hugo.
But most people live in homes, a place preferable for them.
Exactly. And how am I supposed to understand what's preferable for a wolf?
Do they have like certain types of preference of who they like to like, I guess, group up with? Because I do remember something about them having tribes. So I'm not.
You have tribes too.
Yeah.
Think about it. You're the Redgrave tribe. You only hang out with a particular type of person. And that one over there is a gay. He hangs out with. We know who he hangs out with. Do
Gay,
you
huh?
understand? The tribes work in much the same way. They have
Yeah.
ideologies, philosophies, traditions, things that belong to them. Again, I don't know much in detail. I don't mess around with wolves. Do you see what.
Sorry.
Look at me! You think I'd mess around in the territory of a wolf?
No.
You have no information about werewolves. You don't know how they function, how they gain their power from anything, from these totems.
What do you think I am? A documentary? If you want to find out, why don't you go do some legwork and do it yourself, huh? Pretentious prick.
Okay, so you have a few contacts. You only know some Redgrave traditions. You can't speak anything. You can outsource some holy water. Fine.
Hey, I can list stuff too, you know. You're a bum who is homeless, actually. This house is actually mine. You have not a single thing to your name. You lack the charisma, knowledge, capabilities, and acumen to be head of the family. You have no lover. You have no friends. So, what exactly
Nah.
is it that you're comparing here? It seems to me I'm doing a hell of a lot better. So I think you should be less judgmental and consider your position, Hugo boy.
Would use my power passively again to
Jeez.
constrain myself.
On. Since there's the family positions and there was the archivist that you mentioned, what happened to the previous archivists, like, information that they might have possessed? Did they not write anything down?
Well, you should ask your mother that, considering
Oh.
she fucked it up for everybody.
Guess I'm digging
Yeah.
again.
When mommy abandoned you, she didn't just abandon you. She took a lot of shit with her.
God damn it.
You know what? That explains a lot. When she ran off, she was hunted down, correct?
Fuck if I know. I don't get involved with the crazy. And your mom was fucking crazy, which kind of explains where you're at right now.
That's fucked up.
What's fucked up is that she left with books instead of you. I don't think you should be pointing to me about fucked up.
Fair enough.
Fuck's sake. I fucking hate you.
All right, there's one thing I'd like to ask about. A little bit off the walls, especially since it was something I heard from that Goliath during one of the fights. Well, during that main thing, I guess that happened in the church. I heard a mention. It was the what was the word? Elohim or Him? I'm?
Hey. Don't say that shit out loud. Don't say that shit out loud.
Okay.
Let's just say they don't exist anymore. That about sums it up.
All right.
We spoke to one of the monarchs one Easter egg.
Yeah,
Is there any way we could contact him again, or should we just die and that's how we meet them in the underworld?
When it's important, they'll talk to you. Other than that, you're kind of boned. I mean, if you've not been listening, Dicta Mortis that don't involve themselves with the living, those were already rare exceptions. Don't get your hopes up.
Okay, so is there a way to temporarily die to visit them or to visit the underworld?
Hugo,
Hold
let's-
on a second. This sounds like it isn't about the monarchs and more about you trying to go visit your dead boyfriend. Look, listen, kid. I'm not into that shit. I can't help you make your romance dreams real, okay? That's not my business.
So
restrain you to the wall and we'll personally violate you.
let's we've gotten a lot of guys. We've gotten a lot of information from Thierry, and he's given us a lot of help, and he's given us a lot of warnings. He told within 2 weeks, the full moon will happen, and then we can try to get to the main house and sort the Goliath stuff, right? On top of that, he's helped us with figuring out where we should go from here. I think, honestly, instead of crapping all over his efforts and demanding more from him, we should be satisfied with what we have. He's done more for us than we've managed to do for ourselves.
Fine. I'll leave it at that then. Gary, I can't wait to outlive you.
I've lived longer than you already. And I'm gonna outlive you too, trust me, kid. Think about it. I was here before your dad, and he's dead and gone. You think you're special? Wait. suddenly, Thierry gets very, very serious. The kind of aura in the room shifts. I don't think any of you've ever seen him like this.
My
Hold
attention
on.
will be on him.
Something's not right here. He runs out of the room ridiculously fast.
Where's he going?
His destination is the cellar.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna run behind. Henry's gonna quickly take that as a sign
Let's
to run
go
behind
meet
him.
him. Yeah. Is anyone else going to try to catch up?
Yeah, I'm going.
All right.
Can you move me on the map because unfortunately, it's just not working for me.
You gotta spawn yourself in.
Got you.
All right. Who's going with us down here to cellar? Everyone or?
I will.
Okay.
I don't know about
Carl,
Sorry.
the investment guy, is going down.
Oh yeah, I'm going.
I guess
my
Hugo.
property is down there, bro.
My property. That is true.
Now, as soon as you guys get down here, you see Thierry fucking strangling the Swan Maiden. She has lifted her straight off the fucking ground.
Whoa, whoa! What
I
are you
tackle
doing?
him.
You fucking bitch. Where the hell did you come from?
Whoa,
Ooh, Henry or fucking ulti.
Carl, get him off!
Carl, suppress him!
Stop him!
yeah. Go for it.
It's against the family.
It's against
Use
the
the
family.
buff.
Yeah, my bad, my mic died again. Yeah, can I suppress Thierry, bro, to get
Yes, just do
Swan
it.
Maiden out of him,
Roll for it.
off of him?
You can just roll for it.
Just go for suppression. Carl Redgrave, the suppressor.
Watch it fuck up my dice rolls. I'm not gonna be so pissed.
Then it just means you would accidentally suppress the Swan Maiden.
Yeah, no, I passed.
Okay, that's
boys,
good.
I'm back.
Oh wait, no, he's rolling. Holy shit!
Oh, come
Holy
on,
no!
stop.
shit.
What
Come
the
on, no, what?
fuck?
No.
Never
You
mind.
do not pass. What are these numbers?
Hey, yo.
Okay, can I activate biocontrol? I'm activating biocontrol. Give me a sec. 4, 9. Okay, wait.
18 dice? Oh my god, bro.
Bro,
This
fuck
is
my
easy at work.
Biocontrol. Give me a sec. Okay, 1, 2, 3 successes.
No, 4, right? Or difficulty 7, I'm
Okay.
assuming.
I activate my biocontrol and I tackle TR to the ground.
Hey. For
That's-
once, Tony stepping down the damn stairs. Everybody hold the hell on.
Bro was out of here choking a bitch and bro wants to know what's going on.
Hang on, waiting for the roll. Damn. Take a look.
Yeah, Terkochi.
Okay, they further rolls. What happens next? Tono coming after. Or during or after. It doesn't matter.
Okay, since it's combined, do we get extra successes?
So I'm gonna be honest. If you guys want to do this, and literally all of you are gonna have to be literally holding every man, every part of this man, bro.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to combine.
Yeah, we're
it.
doing that.
And
Alright,
then
Come
team
on.
I'm gonna-
suppression.
I'll
Henry,
grab on-
good lord, come on.
Yeah,
I'll grab onto him.
let's let the cripple do it.
No, actually. No. Hey, Tony, the only fighter in the entire family, is trying to fight against this. He's trying to tell you guys to stop your fucking bullshit.
He's fucking grabbing this one with the table.
Literally throttling her.
Right
Tony,
now.
wrong time to turn
No,
on your mind, bro.
no. Tony sees Thierry Henry as more of the helper currently. Last time he fucked him over, we lost a lot in the long run.
Yeah, you have a point.
He doesn't know what the fuck the Swan Maiden is. He's willing to help you guys to try to calm this fucker down, but not try to fight him.
So, as you guys are trying to stop him, you hear him just spout on. You fucking galleon whore. Where the hell did you come from? Is there a stronghold nearby?
No, we fucking bought her. She's from the fucking auction.
Harry, calm down.
Stronghold.
We have her handled.
Henry. Hunter's helper. Listen to us for a moment. Calm down. This is coming from me. Help us understand where you're coming from. We'll lock her in a cage. We'll do everything you need for you to feel a little better about yourself. Come on, Thierry.
He kind of has a moment where he realizes, oh shit, I slipped up. And just lets her go. She falls straight to the floor. And you see around her neck this black burnt like scar.
Oh, am I able to grab her before
But
she
his
completely
hands
falls?
were literally burning her neck.
Ugh.
Why can't I do some doctor treatment?
Oh, I'm gonna grab her before she falls completely, but I don't want her getting a concussion.
To Tony,
You're
would he
not
recognize?
fast enough to do that, buddy.
No, I was gonna say, to Tony, would he recognize the same kind of burns mark as his hands would make, or what?
It looks kind of similar, yeah.
Okay. Tony allows the other to help this maiden woman. Walks up to Henry. Hey, buddy. I don't know what happened, but I think me and you should probably have a conversation on the outside over there. If you don't feel comfortable leaving them to this, or leaving the woman to them, we could have a conversation over there.
No. We have to hear her words now.
Yeah? Alright then.
These creatures are dangerous, Tony.
Alright.
They cannot be trusted.
Alright, then I'll have your back, Henry.
Remember this. Remember it well. None of these milklings can ever be trusted.
Milklings. New terminology learned, I guess. But I trust your judgment, Mr. Helper. After hearing your words, based on your judgment, we could flip a coin. Or we could take her out outright. Just another hunt for us, right?
Well, considering I just burnt her neck, her vocal cords will be restored soon. Then we'll have a conversation, and she won't be able to lie to us.
Interesting.
How does neck burning restore vocal cords? I would shout a little bit in annoyance.
Her body is responding to banality. It is trying its best to gather as much glamour as it can to restore her body to its previous shape. But it seems a kind fellow must have done half of the work for us. They've used cold iron to cut out her wings. That makes it easier to restrain her.
Fucking hell.
Banality? Old armor? Ah, boy.
Cold iron. Huh.
That just sounds like even better question we could have asked, but I guess we saved that one for next time, huh?
Well, while she recovers, let us focus on that painting you brought over.
Yeah, the painting.
You know, I hate to do this to all of you, but with that, we're gonna end off today.
All right.
All right, for sure, man. Yeah, yeah.
No, really.